It's Tuesday, December 30th in the United States and Canada. The Edmonton Oilers are in first place, and this is what chaos from the Sports Interaction Studio in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn, and across the room is Sean DePaz. Before we get to it, I'll apologize. I'm kind of on some sort of vocal rest thing. My throat and my body's no good right now, but I'm fighting through it because we love you, and we've got a massive show today. How are you boys?
Good. Nothing says vocal rest like doing a podcast.
Worst thing to... I just am not answering people when they talk to me other than you guys.
Well, what I'll say is you picked you didn't pick it, but it's a pretty good day to be on vocal rest because we have a very long interview with Jacob Tierney on today's episode. Not to shoot my wad on the Today on the Show, baby. But we had a very nice and long, very nice and long conversation with Jacob Tierney yesterday, and that will be later in the show.
Someone in the chat says, I called in sick for this, LOL. Does that make you better than me? To skip your work so you could watch someone who maybe should have skipped their work?
Anybody who listens to the show is better than you because
I would think so.
They're just the best people in the world. On that note, by the way, shout out to everybody who signed up for the Patreon yesterday because day one returns on that, just incredible. Thank you so much. A ton of people signed up. Almost 400. Oh, no, never mind. That's almost 400 posts. 270 plus members.
That's almost 400.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Closer than you'd think. 270 plus people signed up for the Patreon yesterday on day one. So thank you so much if you were one of those. If you have not yet signed up for the Patreon and you're interested, you can go ahead and do that at patreon.com/whatchaos.
Someone said that Pete should take off his glasses so he can be on focal rest.
I can't process whether I should leave on or take off my glasses because there has been a lot of people.
Glasses chat,
just
big time.
A lot of glasses chat. After the Heated Rivalry reviews, I think for the first couple, I was wearing my glasses. Then I took off my glasses and people had the Superman effect. They were like, oh my God, who is this guy? Took off his glasses and his hat. And then I put the glasses back on and people were like, we like this guy with his glasses. Then I took the glasses off and they were like, this guy's fucking ugly. Put the glasses back on. It's been crazy.
I don't think you should be making any style decisions based on the chat.
I'm not.
Hey.
Respectfully.
I'm not. It's an outfit decision.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason that I would never get LASIK. Glasses are very cool accessories for outfits.
You want to have
glasses.
the option.
Right. You
Right.
wear fake glasses if you got LASIK.
Yeah, but that's lame as fuck.
I think
Stolen valor.
I think I'd probably agree.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
Couldn't be
being
me.
such a fraud?
Couldn't be me.
Never. Could not be you, Pete. Tell us what's on the show today.
Today on the show, what the fuck? That's probably in reference to the NHL standings, correct?
No, it's actually a rare. I didn't know what to write there. A rare. We're gonna vent about something not in the NHL but in the ECHL, and it's a rare kind of serious thing on this show. But we'll be quick, but we gotta say what the fuck for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's certainly inappropriate. What the fuck? Bandwagon watch. That's in reference to the one and only Buffalo Sabres, who are still winning hockey games and now are approaching dangerous territory where not only are there expectations and pressure, there's jinx watch. The Buffalo Sabres, things are going so well that they are entering into please don't jinx us territory.
Oh yeah.
So Jacob Tierney, as previously mentioned, is going to join the show. Our interview with him is tremendous. The first one was tremendous. This one is right in that vein.
If you liked our first one, this one is even longer.
And finally, look at this rink. That's got to be Winter Classic talk.
We're going to be joined by Chad Kroger of Nickelback, and he's just going to look at this blank.
At this rink.
I feel like we can't do look at this blank when we've really started to lean into what are we looking at here. I think what are we looking at here is cooler than look at this blank.
Yeah, for sure.
It's our own.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who are maybe not listening in America have been confused by our repeated usage of blank watch.
Oh, really?
They're like, what does this mean? I don't understand why they keep using blank watch for everything.
You got to stay on the lookout.
We've just kind of been we used to put teams on fraud watch, and then it'd be worse than if you were a fraud. We'd put them on asshole watch, and then we'd put them on any sort of like what this thing is going on with them watch. And you and I were doing a fun thing that we do from time to time in the summer when we'll go to like a brewery. Pete will get a beer or two. I'll get a coffee. I don't drink. We'll have our laptops and we'll just kind of throw ideas out there or whatever. We were thinking about stuff that we could do for the preview. And somehow, I don't know how it got to this, but we were like, let's just lean even more into the like blank watch, like put every team on whatever watch. And we didn't end up doing that, but we just speak that way now. And I love it. Like putting Hayden on doesn't know he's listening to a blowjob watch. No one else is doing that.
Definitely not.
People may rip us off, but like you can't rip that off.
For sure. And then who could forget fraud ass pumpkin watch?
Oh, fraud ass pumpkin watch. That is what team?
I don't even fucking. Is that the Oilers?
It's obviously the Winnipeg
yeah.
Jets.
Yeah.
Because they turn into a pumpkin.
That's true.
Fraud ass pumpkin watch.
Oh, unbelievable.
We do a great fucking show. Okay, have we gone through everything?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, we'll just get to it. We never talk about the ECHL, which is a minor league. It's a minor hockey league, which like. Shout out minor league hockey. That's awesome. If you got a local team, go support it. We're Florida Everblades guys ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
That's our team. A lot of great people in the ECHL, but we never talk about it because we talk about the NHL, the WNBA, occasionally the PWHL, and gay hockey shows. That's what we happen to do. We don't do a lot of ECHL, but we want to talk about it for a couple of minutes because why in the Christ... and earmuffs, trigger warning, whatever, would an ECHL team sign a convicted rapist?
Yeah. Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, 2012 third round pick of the New Jersey Devils. Skip this if you don't want to hear it. Convicted of sexually assaulting a 16-year-old girl in 2013. Details horrifying. Really last chance to skip it. Like forced oral sex, vaginal bleeding from rape, like awful stuff, and convicted of this.
And more or less, like he's sort of admitted it. Like
he seems like he's having a tough time with the brain, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, like we'll get to it, but like, yeah, the details are horrific.
Okay, so he served 13 months for it, which I'm not the judge or the jury.
Right.
He's played in the ECHL since. He had stints from 2018 after he got out of prison to 2022. And now he has signed with the Allen Americans.
Yeah.
He's back. And again, it's not in the NHL and it's in a league that we don't really talk about, but still that league should take itself fucking seriously. And Sean, you brought this up. Like, what is going on in the ECHL where you need this guy so badly? Like, is this guy going to make you win the ECHL championship? Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure like recent champions have not been the Allen Americans.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like the hockey is not the important part, but I just can't wrap my head around the benefit for the ECHL. Like, I can't wrap my head around why they would do something like this. Outside of the fact that it's pure fucking evil, they stand to benefit nothing. So I don't even understand like selfish reasons for doing it.
Yeah, so like where I'm at is like I think each person's morality is like it's a sliding scale or whatever, but like I feel like
breaking news.
What?
Allen Americans
oh shit
have released Ben Johnson. Is this right, Sean?
I'll number crunch.
So what I want to say is like from my personal standpoint, like this is just me, I guess, but if you're convicted of a violent rape crime or a violent sex crime, like you are not entitled to fucking anything from that point forward. And
hard
like
agree.
I believe in second chances. I don't believe in like throwing people in the trash when they make mistakes, but like I also think that when you look at a person and you know that they're capable of like a violent sex crime, you just cannot look at that person the same. And I don't want that person around my business. I don't want that person around anybody that I know or care about. And I don't want them having an influence on anybody. And I think that the big thing here for me, like I've only gotten more pissed off about this thing. Like originally I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this guy. I don't give a fuck about the ECHL. No offense to anybody in the ECHL or the ECHL. Like we love our Florida Everblades. I just don't have time to care about the ECHL. But the more that I found out about this guy in the story, the more pissed off I've been because he's like feigning slight accountability. Like, and there is a legitimate sense of entitlement for this guy that like he still deserves an NHL shot because he's a good hockey player and he's found God in prison.
Yeah.
And it's just a very clear case of not fucking getting it.
And like different cases, obviously, but players who have signed with teams recently who were famously accused of sexual assault and exonerated. I understand if nobody signs those teams, signs those players, there's going to be lawsuits and all this shit. And I'm not saying that you should sign anybody that you don't want to fucking sign. But the entitlement of someone who has been convicted, I keep saying convicted, convicted of fucking rape, thinking that they're entitled to have a job playing professional hockey.
Like violent rape. Rape.
Again, like the details are
violent,
awful.
Yeah, it's just like it's irredeemable. And so we'll play the Instagram video that he posted, which is basically him blaming the NHL and the NHL's fucking cancel culture for the reason why he's can't earn a paycheck in the league. Like it made me so angry. So let's just play the video.
When I look at the NHL, I see a league that has on the image of being a league of unity and all-inclusive. But when I take a peek underneath the surface, what I really see is a league that is pro-cancel and pro-silencing. It's something that's affecting me and my wife and kids personally because the NHL has closed the door on my opportunity to continuing to chase down my dream of playing in the NHL one day. And they've closed the door on my opportunity to make a paycheck in America playing hockey.
Sorry to anyone I'm seeing people in the chat who are joining it late and watching us like react angrily to a serious thing. But to catch you up, a team signed, an ECHL team, which is a minor league, signed a convicted rapist, and we're very confused as to why they would do that and what the benefit could be. But Sean, you have an update.
It does appear per Puck Empire that he has been released. So good fucking job, you dumb fucking idiots.
And I believe that's the second ECHL team that has like signed this guy or had intentions to sign this guy, and then like within a day or two has been like, never mind, we didn't anticipate this backlash for some reason.
The fucking like soft launching or focus grouping of signing a criminal is insane.
And it's like, people don't forget. People know that you did this shit. So like, first off, what do you think was going to happen? You think people were not going to notice? A, and then B, like, good job, you've released him now. Okay. Like, he doesn't change fucking shit.
Yeah. So,
all right. Well,
I mean, choosing my words carefully, but like, I guess I won't say good on a team for recognizing
they don't get any
like nothing for that. But
I'm glad he's not playing fucking professional hockey.
I'd love for this guy to just be out of my life for fucking ever.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Sabres have won 9 in a row. That's good for you, Sean.
Yeah, that certainly is. Yeah, that makes me happy.
9 in a row by points percentage would be a playoff team if the season ended today.
Still got my three biggest rivals below us in the standings. It's a great time to be a Sabres fan. Like, they look awesome.
We've had,
and awesome. You know what? Like, the Sabres are taking victory laps, and I don't have any problem with it. Like, the Sabres Twitter account, been awesome.
Yep. Like the tweet of mine last night, shout out.
Sabres fans are being very, very excited and cool about all of this. I'm fully on this bandwagon.
How can you not be?
again.
I mean, it doesn't look like an accident anymore. Like, there's been stretches where they've looked good in the last couple of years, and it's like, all right, cool. But like, they look like they're actually like doing things correctly. Like, they're getting good play throughout their lineup, from all their forwards. Like, Owen Power looks like a legitimate defenseman. Obviously, Rasmus Dahlin is one of the best in the league. We're getting good hockey or good goaltending from 2 goalies. Like, Lindy Ruff seems like the guys seem like they like Lindy Ruff. Like, everything looks like it's going well. I still feel so bad for Kevin Adams. I can't wait for him to get his ring. It's going to be awesome.
But, but like, I feel like there is, you can't ignore the possibility of like this team having a fire lit under their ass because Kevin Adams is gone.
Yeah, no, I think there was like I completely understand there being like a certain sense of maybe not complacency, but like the feeling that like, it don't really matter what we do. Like, this shit's still not going to work out. We don't have anybody, like, if we put ourselves in a position to be buyers at the deadline, like, we don't have faith that this guy is going to actually make us a better team. So what's the point type of, like, I get that. I still feel a little bad for him because he did build this roster. But yeah, I mean, like, they look like a really good hockey team. Like,
yeah, and confident.
Head to toe. And confident, aggressive. Like, all of the guys that, you know, Kevin Adams was like, these guys need to take steps for us to be where we want to be. Like, they've actually kind of appear to have taken those steps.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that they were waiting to sacrifice him before taking those steps.
It's the price you pay.
Can I ask you how you feel about the Alex Tuch situation now? Because at this point, everything can change, but I think there's no way they can trade Alex Tuch.
No, I mean, like, if you are barreling towards the playoffs, you cannot strip pieces away,
especially that piece.
And yes, it'll hurt if he walks for nothing in free agency. But if he walks for nothing in free agency to the tune of the contract that he's reportedly asking for, I do not think that Sabres fans are going to blame them for letting him go.
And ultimately, like, I think, especially if the season goes well, like, Sabres fans are at a place with Yarmo where it's like, you do you, brother. Like, if you believe that signing Alex Tuch is not the right move, like, I'm gonna at least personally, like, I'm gonna have faith in you, Jarmo Kekalainen, that is the right decision. But yeah, I mean, I can't pay that guy with our cap situation $10 million. They're not going to win the Stanley Cup this year. They're going to need to make improvements.
Spoilers. A very important part of this.
League.
Anyone's league. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, we were, what was it, like late March last year? Yeah. You and I were like straight face, dead ass, like Boston Bruins winning the cup. PD having a fucking meltdown trying to explain to us they stink, and we're like, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Before we move on from anything other than the Bruins, I do want to mention, I think that like maybe there's not a lot of magic left in that tank.
Is this right?
They've lost 6 games in a row. It's looked, I mean, like they didn't play a horrible game last night against Calgary, but like it's tough. Things are going wrong for that team, and the Marco Sturm effect has lost a little bit of momentum lately. They're not playing quite as consistently, quite as hard. Marco Sturm has made some questionable lineup decisions, made some questionable coaching decisions. And at this point, I think we're back to looking at like, hey, James Hagens and Will Zellers are doing good at World Juniors.
Dean Letourneau is scoring, bro.
Fucking hot streak.
He is like really good. It's crazy.
That would be the funniest development out of all of this.
Yeah. It's goal scoring phenom Dean Letourneau.
They're like the Bruins.
Evan Bouchard, Dean Letourneau.
The Bruins have this like pipeline, and it has nothing to do with James Hagens. It's Dean Letourneau, and maybe James Hagens can be like the second line center one day.
I tweeted it last night because of what Alex Lyon attempted to do, which was give away the game at the very end of it, like a goddamn clown. Love you, Alex Lyon. The Sabres have been anointed. We have the heavens have opened up, and we've been chosen by God. Because not only are we good and we can't lose when we're trying to, but all of our worst enemies have been thrown into the dirt, and it's embarrassing and it's awesome.
2 things. How do you feel about the fact that the Sabres are 9-0 since Ilya Rozanov said they were horrible?
I love it.
Thank you, Ilya.
And he's about to go from Boston to fucking Ottawa, bum to bum.
Fuck you, Sean.
Put your camera on, Sean. I mean,
what? He's going from the worst enemy to one of the other worst enemies. At least he's not signing in fucking Toronto.
But I do like that Ilya has kind of sparked this. Another thing I have to mention is like, how do you feel about, I don't want to say bandwagon, because a lot of Buffalo Sabres fans I'm seeing are deathly scared of people being like, people doing the shit that I would do, quite frankly, which is like whenever the Sabres are getting good, I mean, I watch pretty much every Sabres game anyway, kind of for you, but I enjoy the Sabres. I want them to do well. But when it seems like they could maybe make a run, you didn't know us at the time, but like I kind of get like Pete was at the end of the 2023 season, where you were like,
aboard.
Guys, this could be the coolest thing in the world. And look, like you're in the trenches, so if they crash and burn, whatever, it doesn't really affect me either
very
way.
much on the table, by the way.
But how do you feel about, because I'm seeing a lot of people going after our guy Biz.
Listen, I love Biz.
Because they don't want him to curse the team.
I love Biz. One of the nicest guys I've ever met.
He's the best.
You're a fucking, and I say this with every ounce of respect, a fucking loser, Biz. You're a goddamn Leaf fan.
Like in the truest sense
Stay
of
on
the
that,
word.
Yeah, because actually your team's losing. Stay on that side of the motherfucking fence, on that side of the border.
Like
We don't want you.
In the truest sense of the word, Biz is a loser.
He's a loser.
And
Now he's
like, I don't want him anywhere near my team, and he is a famous bandwagon hopper.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally fine behavior
Yes.
if you just want to like hop onto the hot bandwagon and be like, this is fun.
No,
we do it sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I hopped on the Ducks bandwagon. I was like, the Ducks are fucking fun as hell to start the season. I think that's totally fine behavior. But when every bandwagon that you hop on just falls apart and you're the loudest member, you gotta fucking reap the consequences at some point.
I don't even care about that. Stand for fucking something, Paul Bissonnette. You're a goddamn Leafs fan. And I get that rivalry is probably a little more one-sided, but it is the closest geographic rival that we have. Like, I have my 3 no-goes. Under no circumstances will I root for the Ottawa Senators, Boston Bruins, or Toronto Maple Leafs. You need to stand for something, Paul Bissonnette. And I will say, I don't think Sabres fans are scared of Paul Bissonnette, but I think they're rightfully calling him out for being a bandwagon. I think they obviously don't want him to jinx the team, but like, yeah, no, like, you weren't with us in the trenches.
Yeah,
You weren't with us when
I
fucking
definitely-
Zemgus Girgensons was the face of the fucking franchise.
Buffalo
Don't talk
fans,
to me when Josh Doan is.
Buffalo fans should have that kind of attitude where it's like, we have been repeatedly kicked and thrown in the dirt. If you weren't here with us, fucking with us when shit was like the most dire and down bad situation in the entire NHL, we don't want you here now.
No, like it's the Drake video when Toronto when the Raptors won the NBA Finals. It's the look around, look at the square. None of this was here before us.
Yeah.
Like none of this. You can celebrate. You could be at the parade. I don't give a fuck. But you just need to know your place. None of this. This was here. We started this before you even were paying attention to us.
When can we announce? Am I talking out of turn if I say that there's going to be a Buffalo element of our show going forward?
I think this is a good time to announce it.
Sean, I mean, you are wearing it on your sleeve. Our show is going national.
A little bit.
We are based in Boston, Massachusetts. We will soon also be based in Buffalo, New York, because Sean DePaz is going to run the Buffalo branch of What Chaos. Let's give it up for Sean. Our show doesn't change at all. Sean's still on it. Sean's still producing it. Sean still has his meltdowns, but instead of being across the room, he will often be
Down the 90.
down the 90.
I'm a little heartbroken. We are losing our sweet boy in studio.
Yes.
But Sean's moving back home, back to Buffalo.
Very excited about it. I'll be like around, like I'll be here for like the 24-hour streams, stuff like that. But yeah.
I mean, we do so much stuff where we like go places or whatever that it just, not seeing you around the office is going to suck.
Maybe you guys will actually try and come to fucking Buffalo finally.
Dude, I know we have. It's the fact that we haven't gone there and we've been invited several times by the Sabres, by the Bills. Like the fact that we haven't gone there yet is insane. And we've talked like several times about how stars often align for the show in that like the Oilers made 2 straight Stanley Cups and they were the most electric show in hockey. Like Heated Rivalry became the biggest show in the fucking world and it's the most up our alley thing ever. The fact that like the Sabres might be going on an incredible run and knock on wood, getting to the playoffs when you are boots on the ground back home and like you know that the Sabres are gonna fucking hook you up and let you in the building as often as you want.
You are the mayor. The second you arrive there, you're the mayor of Buffalo.
We don't talk all the time about like our team relationships and like whether they're good or bad, but the Buffalo Sabres have been fucking incredible to us since this show has started.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I love like people can shit on the Pagulas all they want, but the franchises that they run are awesome. Like they have been, both the Bills and the Sabres have been very kind to us. Maybe we need to go to Penn State hockey because he kind of runs that shit too. But no, yeah, I'm very excited to be back. I'll be at KeyBank Center all the fucking time. That's for damn sure. But I've said for a long time, not to make myself sound like the center of the universe, but
Sean, you're the center of our universe.
I appreciate that. Like the Bills, they weren't going to win a Super Bowl until I had the opportunity to be in Buffalo for it or at it. But you know, that's all the way. Like,
it's not going to be this year. Drake may still exist, brother.
Second best quarterback in the division. It's fine. You remember what happened the last time those two guys played?
Yeah.
Josh Allen's fucking washed, bro.
Do you remember what happened the last time?
He played half of good football.
Oh,
Ramondre Stevenson went off.
How many halves of good football did Drake May play in that game?
A half.
How many yards did he have?
Not 400.
Yeah, it was like 110.
Yeah.
Bum. Loser bum. But yeah, very excited to go back to Buffalo. Sabres are going to not ever lose another game again.
All right. Well, we're very happy for you. We'll talk more about it. And yeah, hopefully I don't think our relationship with the Sabres needs strengthening. We love them so much. They've been really cool to us.
Well, but what if the Sabres, like, they get good and they're like, fuck you guys, we don't need you anymore? Because like when that does happen, when teams are like really down bad and in the dirt, like they open up their doors to get like some positive
God.
coverage.
Biz better not be at any of these fucking games. You can't let him on that bed. You can't let him on the bandwagon. He can like hold on. He gets like ski from the back of the bandwagon, like hold on to it. He can't be on the bandwagon.
You know what is the funniest possibility? And I hope to God more than anything that this happens, more than like the Sabres winning the cup. I hope every part of me, it would be the greatest moment of my life if Sabres fans flooded Toronto for a home game, Maple Leafs Sabres, because every time the Leafs play in Buffalo, all the Leafs fans who can't afford to go to Leafs games in Toronto go to Buffalo. They pack that place. It's a home road game for the Leafs. Like the Leafs now are having trouble filling that building in this season and the way that things are going there. God, I would love to see Buffalo fans just pack that place.
The problem is that like it doesn't work the same way because like, you know, there's like it's way easier to get into the building in Buffalo.
Yeah, no, I know. So and the Leafs footprint is a lot bigger.
Like
than
the Leafs footprint
Sabres.
Reaches down to like St. Catharines, Fort Erie, like at the border. Ours stops.
But I just want a game where
I would love it. Trust me.
Infiltrates Toronto.
I would love it. I'll take back what I said. I do want Biz at games because I know Sabres fans know puck. I know how they treat Biz. And also, like, I'm saying this jokingly. I love Biz, and I don't want anybody like fucking.
Biz has also I need to know like
part two.
Biz has done good for hockey. I was thinking about the Mike Babcock thing the other day, and I was like, there was a bad thing going on in hockey, and I believe it was Biz, right?
That what?
That like the whole Mike Babcock thing.
The Mike Babcock thing, I think, was Chicklets as like kind
a group,
of a whole.
But they uncovered that a coach was like doing some bad stuff and really like invading players' privacy.
Players felt very comfortable going to those guys and being like, "Yo, this shit is happening.
Save us,
please do something."
And like they blew the lid off of something bad. So good for them. Definitely, they've that helps the league.
I want to see Biz there, and I want to see Sabres fans respectfully and in good fun give him hell, make his night miserable.
Maybe an orientation.
Yeah.
And then like kind of eat shit for a game, and then when you come back the next game, they're still going to do that because they're Sabres fans. They're just going to do that again. It's not, you're not initiated.
Was it weird?
Okay.
Sabres are going to the moon.
All right. One more hockey thing before we get to hockey and television with Jacob Tierney. I must ask, what has happened to the Pacific Division? Because if you remember, at the beginning of this season, we began this season with our friends, the LA Kings, and they started off really kind of bad, how you say. And I'm an Edmonton Oilers fan, and
Things
they
ended really bad. So really, they picked up right where they left off.
And the Edmonton Oilers started off terrible. San Jose Sharks, awful.
Vancouver Canucks, horrendous.
Vancouver Canucks, weird and bad. Honestly, I forgot about the Canucks.
Yeah. Calgary Flames, awful.
Awful. Golden Knights, adult. Ducks, surprisingly really fun and great.
Do you remember who was like sneaky one of the best teams in that division?
Seattle Kraken.
Seattle Kraken.
Oh, yeah.
Kraken were really good. Now,
Crack on.
trying to catch up because a few things happened last night that made me ask this question, Pete. What has happened to the Pacific Division? The Ducks have lost 5 of 6, including a game last night in which they put 43 shots on net. They only, the Sharks only put 13 shots on net and scored on 5 of them, which I believe is scoring on look at this, 13 shots on goal for the Sharks. What are we fucking looking at here? That is, I think 40% of their shots went in.
That's insane.
And the Ducks have now lost 5 of 6. With Vegas, Carter Hart has now gotten shelled.
Real rough week for that guy.
Back-to-back games.
Well, he didn't really get shelled in the previous game. He just got bullied by Nathan McKinnon in the shootout.
Is that right? I mean,
Who amongst us?
he gave up 5 goals.
but I
So we
know.
talked about the Connor Bedard shootout goal earlier in the season and how that was like the closest thing that you can get to a slam dunk in hockey, like being posterized. Nathan McKinnon scoring on Carter Hart, I think it was over the weekend, on Saturday or Sunday night? Saturday night. That was an absolute slam dunk.
I mean, it
hauled
was
ass right down the highway, threw on the brakes, and then did some crazy shit to beat Carter Hart. And last night, Carter Hart gave up, I believe, 5 goals and was yanked halfway through the game.
So he's given up 5 goals in back-to-back games. Obviously, the shootout doesn't count, but he allowed the shootout game winner to Nathan McKinnon, which in fairness to Carter Hart, Nathan McKinnon, if he does that to anybody, he is absolutely murdering them.
Who amongst us?
But like a lot of hockey fans with an axe to grind took a lot of satisfaction in watching that.
Yeah.
He's allowed 4 goals in 3 of his last 4 games. So Carter Hart, who started kind of strong, I'm surprised. Someone said like Carter Hart now has an .882 save percentage. And I'm like, what the fuck save percentage did he have before these last 4 games then? Because he's getting lit up and he only, I'm a Stu guy. When Stu has an .882 save percentage, I'm like, he just has one good week and then we're back. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, the sample size is still relatively small there, so save percentage doesn't mean a ton to me, but he has not looked good recently. And also, the Vegas Golden Knights have not looked very good recently.
They have not. And meanwhile, first place, we are a points percentage podcast. We don't say who's in first place by points because that doesn't really paint a picture as to who the best team has been. However, by points, the Edmonton Oilers are somehow first in this division.
That's fucking ridiculous, man. Obviously, I have nothing against the Oilers. I enjoy watching the Oilers. I want the Oilers to be good, but something rubs me the wrong way when you get to fucking do rumpus time for 2 months and then you have 2 good weeks and whoops, you're back at the top of the division.
It's dumb as fuck because we do it every year, not just with the Oilers, but with every team in the fucking hockey. We're like, we know exactly how the playoffs are going to look 2 months into the fucking season, and then it changes as if the Edmonton Oilers haven't done this shit for 2 straight years. We're having conversations like, is it time to actually worry? No, it's not time to fucking actually worry. It's Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
You have a point off this that relates to the Oilers and the Sabres, right? That,
I'm out on U.S. Thanksgiving. It doesn't mean fucking shit. We're going to look back next year and be like, or at the playoffs and be like, how does this look compared to U.S. Thanksgiving? And it's be like, well, 7 of 8 teams or 4 of 8 teams in the West that were in a playoff spot at U.S. Thanksgiving made it to the playoffs. It's like, no fucking shit. They're the 3 best teams in hockey. The Colorado Avalanche have won or lost 5 fucking games. Obviously, they're going to make the playoffs when they were in the playoffs at U.S. Thanksgiving. And then obviously the teams that were on the bubble maybe make it, maybe don't. It doesn't mean anything. We make a big deal out of it every fucking year.
So I know you're on vocal rest, but Sean has picked a perfect day to be spicy as fuck.
Yes,
I was going to say too, somebody in the chat mentioned it, but the Oilers are the purest form of the Jesse Pinkman thing. They can't keep getting away with this.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
They made a bad goalie trade, and that goalie they traded their good goalie The guy they got back immediately. I said good goalie, and
for the audio listeners.
But I'm crying real tears, not fake tears. We don't pretend to cry on our podcast. Somebody said after I listed all that, and this brings DJ no smug satisfaction as I'm listing what's happening with all these teams.
But to answer your question, like the Pacific Division is kind of exactly where I want it to be. Even though I hate the fact that the Oilers are on top, like the Pacific Division is the most unserious division in hockey, and that's what I want it to be. Because like there should be one or two serious teams. Like Vegas should be pretty serious. The Los Angeles Kings are kind of a suit and tie team in like not the most fun ways. But like the rest of that division is unserious. And right now it's at its unserious peak, I feel like. So I have no problem with it.
We have always been a Pacific Division podcast, though. Part of it was what was going on at the beginning of the season when we started, where the Oilers were such a mess.
I was going to say, like, one of the first episodes, you declared yourselves like Western Conference guys. Like,
because
you talked about East versus West, which one you were.
And like, I think the reason that we want the Pacific Division to be like the unserious division is because we like for the Tucks to get a little fucking crazy and be weird, and for you to not really know what kind of shenanigans you're getting in with late night hockey. And we're in a good spot here, boys. The hockey hasn't been the greatest, I'll say that.
Sabres hockey's been awesome. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
about.
No,
I'm saying the Pacific Division. No. Like the Pacific Division, the hockey hasn't been the greatest. But if you're looking for some weird-ass clown shit, some circus shit, tune into the Pacific Division right now.
It is so good. All right. At long last, we got to give you our guy. God, we went for 40 fucking minutes before we got...
we got to fill 15 minutes because Jacob Tierney is on
trying to be on vocal rest, but the league is so fun and ridiculous right now. You know Jacob Tierney. You know who he is. He's the showrunner, the writer, director, creator of Heated Rivalry. He came on with us before, so if you haven't seen that, definitely go back to check that. And obviously like and subscribe if you are watching live right now. We love you so much. People are asking if I'm good because I was crying so hard. This brings DJ no smug joy. Here is our conversation with our friend, Jacob Tierney. Welcome back to the show. Our friend, the creator and director of Heated Rivalry, the great, the oh-so-accomplished Jacob Tierney. How are you, buddy?
Good day. How are you guys? Happy New Year. Will this be on in the new year?
Yeah, we're in the States, so it hasn't had...
What do you mean the
have
States?
You had it? When does yours come?
What do you think we have talking about? It's not Thanksgiving. We have the same New Year.
Canadian New Year. No, everybody knows about this.
You want to be in the playoff position by U.S.
gaslit.
New Year.
I'm being gaslit now by two guys from Boston. I know I'm on a hockey podcast. I hate this.
No, you don't. You love us, and we love you.
I love you.
The season has concluded. How often during this season did you know you had magic, and specifically was it during the Hayden blowjob phone call?
I do love that scene. It really has been quite a crazy month. It was like there was kind of that first weekend where episode 1 and 2 dropped, and I really my brain was like, this isn't that's that, and then that was not that. And then I started getting really excited about people seeing episode 5 because I knew that, like, just knowing where the show was going and knowing what 5 and 6 looked like, I was like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. I think this might be crazy. And then, like, when I started hearing about people having like viewing parties at bars and like, I mean, it's been such a truly overwhelming experience. And then on Boxing Day, me and Francois Arnaud, who plays Scott Hunter, and Sophie and Elise, who plays Rose Landry, the three of us with a bunch of our friends and family, my sister, my boyfriend, we all went to this amazing lesbian sports bar in Montreal called Champs, and we watched episode 6 with like a crowd of people, and it was so fun. It was so crazy. The whole thing, it was like different steps, different moments of like seeing people reacting, and honestly just trying to kind of take it all in and be like, holy shit, because this doesn't happen and it's probably never gonna happen again. And when you to make something like this that seems to reach people in this way, it's incredibly moving.
It
Yeah,
must have been a trip seeing. Sorry, Pete. It must have been a trip seeing the first like big watch party video that went viral after episode 5. Oh my
Crazy.
god.
It was crazy. Yeah, it made me cry. It's like so crazy. And it's, like that was everything that I hoped would happen for episode 5. Like that was like I was like, well, in the best of all possible worlds, this feels like that, and then to see like crowds of people together watching it, it's amazing. It's amazing.
yeah. I mean, we had you on after episode 3, and then at
Yeah.
that point, I was like, "How crazy is this that it's like escaping containment?" And I want to go back in time and pat myself on the head and be like, "You sweet little idiot! Just wait 3 weeks, and this is going to be the biggest fucking show in the world." How much has your life changed over like the last 3 weeks?
I mean, like, I'm still wiping goobers out of my dog's eye. Like, it's still kind of the same day to day. It is very I mean, my life has changed in the sense that my career has changed
Right.
from this, which is I mean, amazing. The day to day is the same, but yeah, like it's yeah, it's changed in the sense that I've been in this industry. I've been doing this a long time. I had a very successful show with Letterkenny for many years, and but it's like something like this happens, and you're like, oh wow, this is what like when the big kids talk about success, it's like, oh, this is what they mean. It's very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how I think it's like I'm gonna see how it changes now from now on. But I'm definitely I can feel the difference.
When we last spoke, also, it was coming off of episode 3, and there was discourse around episode 3, as there is with everything. And when we watched episode 5, we were like, it's been nothing but wins for Jacob Tierney of late, but you must have been biting your tongue and just been like, you fucking idiots, wait. Not to us, but to anybody who was like,
No, it
huh,
was to
a
you
full episode
specifically.
lost? It was
It was to
us.
you specifically. I
But
was
we
like, when
want no,
those
no, no.
idiots.
We were the straights. So
That's right.
straights loved episode
Right.
3.
Yeah.
I know.
But you knew like
Yeah.
everything was done for a reason here, and you are getting the best moment of television you maybe had in your life because of episode 3. So just you wait. So in the days leading up to episode 5 airing, were you like, just making sure you're catching that one right away, right?
Pull some receipts here.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, in the sense that like that was I guess like I don't know if I said this the last time we talked, but like I've never had a show that dropped week by week. And so like I'm not used to that. Like what I'm used to is 7 episodes of Letterkenny dropping and me being like, I hope somebody likes that joke I like in episode 4. Like this little moment, and like you don't know because it just like people watch it in one weekend or they watch it, the way they watch it. But to have a show that comes out once a week that people are analyzing like every fucking moment with is so intense. And it was definitely a lot of like holding my tongue and being like, yes, exactly what you just said. Like it happened for a reason. It was built this way for a reason, and it's built this way so that 5 hopefully hits you like a Mack truck. Like that's the idea, is that you get this emotional wallop because you're not just seeing this, you're seeing it after you've invested in that other relationship. And so it should hopefully it means even more to you. And then truthfully of just like being like, and then just waiting for 6. Like, what the other thing that I also knew that was kind of a funny thing to discuss at the beginning of the show is, we gleefully called it smut, and like we knew it's like it's very sexy. It's a lot of sex scenes and da da da. Da, and I was just like, stop. Like it's like there's no sex in episode 5, and then just to see the way the sex evolves in episode 6, like I was like, the smutty stuff is like your gateway drug into this. And don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled with it. I wanted it. We love it. Yes to horniness. Yes
It's a
to all
good
this,
gateway drug.
all that, to good the good gateway drug. But like it's there to kind of get you invested emotionally in their relationship, which is what the payoff is then in 5 and 6 in such a big way. And also, I also had a really hard time like not responding. I mean, in general, I'm I'm a bit of an asshole, and like to not respond to people online is very difficult to me. But when people were like, "I don't like the mom," I'd be like, shut up about Yuna and just wait. You just wait. You don't deserve what you're about to get from Yuna. She's trying. God damn it. A lot of that. A lot of like getting very defensive about my characters and my actors in particular.
We loved it cutting from Yuna experiencing a very difficult moment that was very necessary outside with Shane in episode 6. Like, cut from like, okay, lesson learned to building a brand deck.
Yes, I mean, that's her. Like Yuna and Shane are the same in that way. Like they are their comfort is to go into logic. It's to go into plan. I think a lot of people are like this, where it's like you something very emotional happens, something very different. And how do you process it? You process it by making a plan, by making a list. Like, where's the spreadsheet? How am I going to deal with this? And that is a love language, you know? And I think that a lot of people recognize that. And I think especially like, I was a child actor. So like I get it. My mom, I had parents who had a plan because I wanted to do a thing and I loved it. And so they had to have a plan because an 8-year-old can't make those decisions, even though he's like, I want to do that. It's like somebody has to kind of take the reins and look out for it and be like, you made X amount of money. Do you want to buy skis? You know what I mean? Like you have to kind of figure some stuff out. And I think that, I knew what was, obviously I knew what was coming with Yuna, but I just was like, I hope that people, and it feels like they have, I just hope that people view that character with a bit of charity, that she's like that in the sense that she's doing everything she can, and she does not want him to feel that way about her or about himself. She just didn't know. She's doing the best with the tools she has. And I
That's
mean,
what I'm
obviously,
saying. Yeah.
mad props to Christina Chong, who's such a fucking good actor, who, just absolutely killed that.
Everybody killed it. And like we said that, we kind of clocked it where we were like, she is so like structured and always has a plan, so that when her son comes out and she has to remove herself from that situation for a breather, it's not because she's like necessarily upset about what happened, but it's like it's overwhelming and not part of the established plan, and you got to kind of
100%.
collect yourself.
And I think she's also overwhelmed by seeing someone else take care of Shane. Like I think that to watch Ilya take care of Shane is overwhelming because it's like she's not used to him having somebody like that, who has said I love you to him, and then who's not just but then is like demonstrating it, who's like it's like I think there's something I think for a lot of parents that's like seeing your kid's first love and seeing like that kind of care for your child is just like, oh, that's a lot. And I think that they'd probably, much like Shane, compartmentalize that for him and been like, well, we either talk about this all the time. Like, are you lonely? Are you alone? What do you do all day long? Like, I just think they would have those questions for him. So they just put it aside. And then when they're like, oh, it's this. And oh, that's sweet. And it's full of care. It's so nice. But it's also loaded.
And to do it all while eating 14 servings of spaghetti is so impressive.
Gotta say, nothing impressed me more than Connor that day because he said I was like, I loved it first of all because as he said to me, he was like, people in movies never eat with the food in front of them. And I was like, no, because you have to do it 78 times. So like, of course not. Why would you fucking eat it? Like you're gonna have to keep eating this fucking spaghetti. And he was like, I don't mind. I was like, okay. I was like, if this is, and I do feel it was the end of the shoot, and I was like, he's carb loading. I don't think he has to take his shirt off again. I think he's like, I don't care. I just like as much spaghetti as he can get into himself. But it was so, so funny to watch. Like, I couldn't actually believe how much spaghetti he consumed. I was like, bravo. And also it is, I think the reason so many people have noticed it is because of how rare it is to see actors eat. Because usually they just do that thing where they move the food around and then they're like, I'm about to eat, but I have a line and I'm going to gesture with my fork with a piece of chicken on it. And then I'm going to put the fork back down.
There was no
And he's-
faking this.
He's like,
That boy
"Nope."
was hammering spaghetti.
Shoveling it in. Like he literally, the moment where Hudson makes him put his fork down and he goes like, and then puts his face to the fork where he's like, he won't notice
Yeah.
if I just put my face right in
Did
the
you
plate.
watch The Substance?
Haven't seen.
Well, there's
Not
like
for me.
there's like a scene in The
Well, no, I
Substance
will.
where
It's
Dennis
no.
Quaid's character, who is supposed to be like the worst person in the world, has like the most gratuitous eating scene while having a conversation. And this was the closest thing I've seen to that since. And it wasn't meant to be gratuitous or like absurd. And this is a good
No.
character. So unbelievable that he was able to do it.
Listen, I agree. I mean, God bless. I agree. It made me think of Monty Python's Meaning of Life. The guy like eats himself into explosion where he just starts throwing up all over the room. It's one of my favorite scenes of all time. A wafer for monsieur? I don't want any more fucking food. And it's a great. If you haven't seen The Meaning of Life,
It
everyone
would
should
have
watch
been
it.
so incredible if he ended up throwing up from eating all that pasta, because they got to the house and had the "mom, we threw up" moment where they're both
That's true.
standing there in the
That's
hall.
true.
I,
That's totally true.
what are you thinking when you see that? I'm sure you're watching it through a lens or whatever, but like as soon as we saw that still, we were like, the memes are going to be endless. The one that I said was, "There's a monster under my bed," and we both peed. But like, there's so many ways you could caption that. But it's perfect because there are so many moments, and we'll have some Ilya specific questions coming up. But like, there's moments in this episode where, as Ilya's been becoming more and more and more comfortable with the situation, there's still a couple of those like in the car where he's like, "Fuck, I don't know how to handle this," or there where he's standing like so horrified. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Ilya is still he's never met these parents, or not like that. And I think that his idea of parents is scary. And so he has like his posture, he has his like good boy posture up, like he's trying to be, but he can't help also be a bit of a shit and wear his Boston t-shirt too. Like he's he's a mess of conflict. Um, what is the one I saw that made me laugh was like it was me and the bad bitch I pulled by being autistic. That was the one I like
Yes.
that one. I like that one.
That's so good. How how did you fucking do it with Ilya, man? Like, because we talked about that the beginning of the show is smut and time jumps, and there are a lot of time jumps in this show, but for it to span so many years to make this character develop in a way that is completely believable, where if you told me when Shane is sending the we never even kiss" text at the end of episode 2, that by episode 5 and 6, and really kind of like once Shane gets off the couch in episode 4, where Ilya's locked in, putting in the work, learning everything he can about this guy and his family, like teaching himself how to become a good boyfriend and a good partner. And by the time he's saying "I love you," it's all so believable. You take him from a
Yeah.
kind of carefree, like jock, which I don't say that derogatorily, but he's just like a very carefree young
I don't
star.
know if you're allowed to use that word. Yeah.
As a non-jock, I'm not allowed to say it. No,
It sounds weird when you say it.
but he
Uh,
goes from there to there, and there's not a second of, "I don't buy him getting here." Like, how did you fucking do that?
I mean, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I think it's like just a combination of like I think that's part of, I know that people make a lot of the time jumps and stuff, but like that's part of what makes it believable is like allowing time to pass and allowing things to accumulate. Like I talk a lot about that in the sense of like part of the reason that I wanted this to be 6 1 hours of TV and not a movie is because if people think like those first 2 episodes were rushed, like imagine if that was 15 minutes of a movie, because that's what it would have been, right? It would have been 15 20 minutes, something like that. And so it would have all been cliche. It would have all been like these little dumb things that happen too fast. But if you slow it down and you allow moments to become meaningful by time passing. So it's like it means more because you've been thinking about it more and you can feel it weighing on people more. And you're watching somebody go from 18 to 25. Like those are big years. Those are big changes where you go from not getting, I think where you go from not knowing what matters to you to understanding what does matter to you. And I have always felt that the thing with Shane and Ilya, with both of them, is that the reason they figure out they're in love is because they just can't stop doing it. They can't stop seeing each other. They can't stop finding each other in a room. They just can't fucking stop. And so at a certain point, that's not a year. That's why 6 years in, you're like, I I'm texting this guy again. I'm fucking still on the. I can't stop doing this. That is when you go like, oh my god. I guess I have feelings. I get like what else could possibly explain it? Like other people have noticed that I've been texting the same person, even if it's a fake name in my phone, that I've been texting the same person for fucking 7 years. Like that is it becomes ludicrous to yourself to think that that doesn't mean anything. And I think that that's part of the evolution of Ilya. And then I think that his father dying is kind of the last straw of being like, of really feeling like you have nobody and then going, well, I do. Well, I guess there's this guy I'm in love with. And then it's like, oh, fuck, there's this guy I'm in love with. Like, that is. That is the thing, like what else? What am I looking for here? Like, what else am I looking for?
Yeah, and I mean, like
And
you
it's also
mentioned,
having a really good actor. I mean,
yeah,
Connor's
Dude,
amazing.
and I
don't
mean,
even get me started on that fucking boy, man.
no, I mean both of them, and you mentioned
Yeah.
Shane too, and like how his character progression and how he kind of gets like more comfortable with himself and within himself over the years as he finds more about himself. Like one of the things with Hudson Williams too is like he's received a ton of praise about his portrayal of an autistic character. How did you work with him to kind of shape that and have that be such an authentic portrayal?
I think the thing that makes it feel authentic is that we never treated it as an autistic thing. It was just like that's Shane. It's like this is how Shane processes things. We weren't trying to play into any idea of autism. We were just like, this is how Shane processes information. This is how Shane does things. And I think it's from that it feels real. Not because I think that if we'd been trying to do autism, which is like, as we all know, or as a lot of us know, is a huge spectrum of emotion and behavior that can manifest in so many different ways and can be like tiny, tiny and can be huge, huge, right? Like it's like it can be devastating emotionally and it can be almost unnoticeable emotionally. Like, it can be so many different things. I love somebody called out like Shane getting nervous and talking about the drinking water in his well. And I was like, I was like, I didn't even think of that as being an autistic thing until somebody said that. I was just like, to me, like the way that we dealt with it, like Hudson and I was like, well, he's just nervous. He's just kind of babbling, he's just nervous. And then he's wants to make sure you know that you can drink water out of the sink because that would make him feel safe if he were coming to a stranger's house. And he's like, you don't have to worry about the water. You don't need to filter it. It's good water. Have some water. You're thirsty. And then I was like, fuck, am I autistic? So I think it's like I don't know. It was like I think it was getting into the specificity of Shane. Just
I
being
think
like, this is how Shane does it.
we more latched on to the fact that he couldn't make burgers unless they were eight at the same time.
Which we're
Yeah.
not shaming. Like that is I'm not autistic.
Fair
I have
enough.
ADHD, but like
Yeah.
that was like a moment of neurodivergence where like this is the task, fucking complete it.
Has to be
That's
eight.
it, 100%. And I do not, I did not mean to make light of it. I'm not autistic, but I fucking get that. I get being like, well, this is the recipe, and I followed a recipe because I wanted to make good burgers. Because also, I don't believe Shane's ever fed anybody before. Like I think these are also two guys who don't do stuff like that. Like, and that there is an element. There's a fake it till you make it element of domesticity, right? Of like, welcome to my house. I will make you dinner. Do I know how to do that? No, but I will learn. Like I will figure this out. And I know you like burgers because you're a boy. Burgers will be made. And then even to look up a burger recipe is a bit crazy. You don't need one. You just need the meat, and then you just make a burger and
So
you put it on a fucking grill.
we discussed that on our show, which is or in our review of the episode, which is you do have two moments to say, Shane, what are we doing here? And the first one is like you looked up a recipe, and I defended Shane because if he had never done that before, he
Fair.
was going to look it up. And there's an element of I don't want to screw this up and look like I'm some burger jabroni in front of, I don't know, a person who I fucking love. I'm doing this right.
100%. You're also like I did. One of the things I have in common with Shane is I lived in the country for many, many years, and there is an element of like, well, I bought this food. This is the only option for dinner tonight. This is what's happening. We're having burgers. We can't order takeout. We can't. And like add in the secrecy, add in the whatever. But it's like, okay, so if this fails, we're driving, call it 45 minutes to a grocery store to get something else that I'm going to bring home and then potentially fuck that up? No, I will have to get these burgers right. You know he overcooked them too. Like you just
Oh,
know.
he killed
There's
him.
no way he fucking didn't. That those things were like they looked the same on the inside as they looked on the outside. They were just fucking tar.
Well, he just always thinks about hockey, and what do you call
Yeah,
an
make a puck.
overcooked burger?
Make a fucking
It's a
puck.
hockey
Just a
puck.
complete puck. Yeah.
Yeah.
How we've talked a little bit about episode 5, but like the final minutes of that episode were seriously masterful. All the cuts to the different characters, even the movement of, I forget who it was, maybe it was Svetlana, just like getting up off the couch, where like every time it cuts to something, something's moving or someone is emoting in like or like it's a push onto the character or whatever it might be. Like everything is constantly moving. And then we're going to talk
Yeah.
about the music in a few minutes, but like then the music cuts for that quick interaction on the phone. That seemed like so much care went into it. And I know that care went into I'm sure there's a bunch of scenes that you'll tell me, oh, well, this one took longer to make or to figure out logistically or whatever. But like, how much did you put into fucking nailing that? And not just you, like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's the, uh, in my head, in a way, the whole show builds up to that. Like that's the reason that I get to have episode 6 is because of episode 5, if that makes sense. It's like you get what I knew you were never gonna get with Shane and Ilya was that big fucking huge release. And I wanted that. And I wanted the show to have it. I wanted this big emotional rom-com glorious kind of celebratory moment. And I always knew that Shane and Ilya, their victory is quiet. It's small. It's just them, like that's why the show ends the way it does, with them just driving off into the sunset, getting to be happy together. You're never gonna get that full body release. And that's why episode 3 was the way it was, and that's why 5 ended. And I mean, I built that thing. I mean, maybe one day people have been asking, and I can't just put the scripts online, guys. I'm sorry, but people have been, but like that thing it was scripted so heavily because I knew it was going to be that song. I cleared that. That was the song. I cleared that song months before we started shooting because I was like, I built this whole fucking episode. I built 2 episodes around this one Wolf Parade song, and I need it. And if it's going to be different, I have dialogue to change. I use the word sunshine over and over again. Like, oh, I'm doing all these things on purpose because I want this to feel as big a fucking gut punch swell as I can do. And that's my favorite song. And I was like, this all has to be in place at once. And when we went to shoot it, like by that point, I shoot very quickly. Like I work very fast. And my first AD was like, he came up to me the day before. I think we shot the Ilya stuff first. That was the first stuff we shot. And he was like, I still have 4 hours for this one scene. You're not gonna need that. And I was like, yeah, I am. He was like, what are you gonna do? He was like, what are you talking about? You never take more than like an hour to do anything. And I was like, no, but I'm gonna shoot this so many fucking ways, and every shot is gonna be a push in. Every line, we're gonna move the fucking camera and some of these dollies. And I was like, this has to feel like an opera. This has to feel as big as it can possibly fucking feel. And so yeah, and I do think, I texted this to a friend of mine the other day. She wrote me the sweetest thing. She's a writer, a novelist, a brilliant novelist named Rainbow Rowell. And she was like, this episode feels the most like you of anything on this show. And I was like, that's really, that means a lot to me because like, that is as much of my heart as I can put into anything, and as much of my skill as I've been able to put into anything in my career. Like that was, my years of doing this kind of adding up to being like, I think I can make a moment feel like this. I really think I can if I use all the stuff I've learned and like all the experience that I've had of like what works and what comes together to do something. And I got the song and I got the thing, and yeah, and I'm just so glad people like it as much as I like it. Like it really is, it's the thing I've done that I'm the most proud of, like in my whole career.
That I was gonna ask that, and I have a million follow-ups to that because that was beautiful. But like, it really was a fucking masterpiece. One of our questions was, what came first, the song or the line about sunshine? And it was just always you needed
They
that
came
song.
they came together because it was like I was like I needed that sequence to be set to a song, and I knew that I wanted to tease the song. I was like, this song, I actually took it out of an episode. It was gonna play in episode 2 as well. And I was like, but it only lasted like 20 seconds. And I was like, no, this isn't worth it. But then I was like, I knew this
Shane
was
on the
gonna be
phone.
Scott's song. Well, no, it was gonna be Shane at the Olympics, like the same kind of transition into the pushing on Shane, which is then the pushing on Scott. Like I was gonna do it there, but it was so quick, and I was like, this is actually just a waste of this song, and it's not landing. Like it's not emotion. You need a bit more of it for it to land emotionally. But it kind of all happened at the same time in the sense that I cleared the song. I was like, can I afford the song? Can I afford to use it twice? Like, is this going to be 'cause, like Wolfred also, they were amazing this time, but they're not always easy about that. So they were not always like, take my song. They're like, no, thank you. I don't want you to use my song. So we cleared it and they were great about it. And they've been so like Dan and Spencer have both reached out to me and said super nice things and they're so happy, which is so nice. But like once we got the song, then I was like, okay, now I can layer in this sunshine conversation. Now I can do this because it was going to be different. It was all going to be different if I couldn't get the song.
Well, I mean, it seems like you should have a pretty easy time clearing songs for season
I think
2
it'll be
because
easier
like
next time.
everything that you
It'll be
hit,
easier.
it was unbelievable. I mean, like all the things she
Yeah.
said has basically become a hockey anthem over the course of this
It's
series.
crazy to see
It's
people like, I can't believe it.
Dude, I fucking love that it was basically like oops, all Canadian artists, and then all the things she said. Like the best soundtrack ever.
There's a few non-Canadian moments there.
There's
There's
a, yeah,
Marsh
there's
too, right? Wet Leg.
Mhm.
Oh God, I love Wet Leg. They're
Wet
so
Leg is great.
amazing. And but yeah, I mean, like the joke among my friends is like they're all just like, oh, a playlist you made in 2008 is now the soundtrack to your show, and I'm like, okay, it's not nice, but also half
No,
true.
that's cool.
Like,
No, that's
fair enough.
cool.
That's way cooler when
Music
an
was
old
good.
song gets
Yeah.
Yeah.
elevated to a new life because
Yeah.
of another piece of pop culture. Like I find that stuff very, very cool. Like the Kato song from Your Friends and Neighbors now, like being the #1 song for a little bit is very, very cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to name names. Are there any music artists that are going to be kicking themselves for saying no, thank you to Heated Rivalry?
No, but there will be some publishers who made it impossible for their artists to give us songs because they were pricing them out of like like I think what will be interesting in season 2 because like we're not going to have that much more money to make season 2. That's not the way it
Really?
works.
You sure
No,
about that?
I'm positive. Trust me. I'm positive. Because here's the thing.
Wow.
When you make a show for this amount of money, people are like, oh my God, that's amazing. Do it again. Why would anybody want to spend more money if you didn't do it the first time? Please don't get me wrong. Everybody will get paid. Everybody will like, and we didn't make this show for nothing. Like we did okay with what we had. But like it'll be interesting to see if like kind of because the balance is what we get to say is like, well, the exposure will be huge, and we can say that with confidence. We'll be like, if we pick you guys as a needle drop, like look what happened to the other needle drops that we did here,
Mhm.
right? And so it's like you might not get 100 grand out of us because that's the whole budget for the episode, so we can't. But the benefit will be, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's rarely the artist, it's usually their publishing. Because when you get a song, you're paying for what they call 2 sides. So you're getting for the master, which is the recording, and then you're paying the publishing. And it's the publisher usually that's like, I don't care, I want money. They don't give a shit. And the artist doesn't even see that money. So that's when it gets very frustrating where you're like, well, what am I paying all this money to some like stupid publishing company? And the artist isn't even seeing the money. So there's definitely one I can think of
What
without
about,
naming names.
say, is there a Canadian artist whose name rhymes with Barley May Bepson?
Nah. No, I didn't even try. But I will next time. I
Yes,
don't. I was like, we
please.
can't afford.
You
I was like,
gotta
we can't
have
afford
Jepson money now, bro.
it. I will. I mean, she was on my playlist for when I wrote. Like, she was on my playlist for sure, and she will be. I will definitely be asking next time. I I shouldn't even. No, I don't care. I was even gonna ask her to write a new song. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna be like,
Oh
"Is
my
it cool? And would
God.
she like to do a new song?"
Just ask her to release
Um,
Disco Darling instead, because that is like my favorite unreleased Carly Rae Jepsen song,
I'm
and it pisses me
literally
off to
writing
this
this down.
day that it has not been released. It is a 10 out of 10 song. It's unbelievable.
Do you know Carly Rae
I mean,
Jepsen?
she's amazing. No, I don't. Not personally, but I love her. I mean, she's amazing.
Does
She's
she follow you on
absolutely
Twitter?
amazing.
She follows like 250,000 people on Twitter.
But not Pete.
I'm not
I'm
not
not on
me, even though
Twitter.
I'm like a
I'm not.
biggest fan.
I'm not. Okay.
Ridiculous.
All right. I hear you. I'll do what I can, Pete. Jesus Christ. No, I'm not on Twitter. Um, there's a bunch of songs. Like, I mean, I shouldn't say any of this stuff out loud. One of my favorite songs that I've always wanted to, that I will try to find it with you is Lost Together, the Blue Rodeo song. I love Blue Rodeo. And that song is on my list of, I have a list of dream songs that I would like very much to find a way to use. But you know what's funny is then you have these ideas and then you write and then you're like, this moment's different now. Like I don't actually want that. Like it can be too on the nose. It can be not on the nose enough. You know what I mean? It's just like it is an interesting bit of alchemy, like what happens with music in that way. Because like there's stuff that you'll be like, I never would have thought this would work. I never would have. I did not think all the things she said was necessarily going to work. You know, like we put it on one day in the editing room, and I was like, well, that's the only gay Russian song I can think of. Let's like see what happens. And I was like, oh shit, because I don't know. I was like, is it too? I don't want to do things that feel too like I don't know kitschy or like I was like I
On the
worried that it would
nose.
feel kitschy. Yes, I worried that
It is. I
it
mean,
would be like. That it would be like an eye roll instead of
Mhm.
being like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I was like, "I actually think it's cool. I think it's working." You know, like I think it's doing a cool thing instead of
I
doing like a. Ugh.
I think the reason that it works is because it works, and then you find out the other layers of it, and you're like, oh shit, this works even
Yeah,
more given the context of it. But it has to work first, and everything that was used worked.
thank you. And like one of the things that I really wanted to do was I always liked the idea of I wanted to use a song and a cover like in the same sequence. I was like, "There's something like interesting to do there." And it was what really made it work for me was when I found that cover. I was like, oh, that's cool. Now that's actually this transition from one to the other, especially because it was now guys singing it and it was slowed down. And I was like, oh, I think this is really cool.
we've really had our eye out for what we call the heated rivalry effect or heated rivalry's impact. If anything happens in life or in hockey or whatever that we think this would not have happened without heated rivalry, we say that's the heated rivalry impact. And Sean will throw up a thing on the screen that says heated rivalry's impact. This is the best case. And now this is from a friend of ours who texted us this, so we should have asked him permission. But
Better to
this
ask
is
for
a
forgiveness than permission sometimes.
yes.
Sometimes.
This is a video of him having sent his son to bed for the evening. Listen to what his son is singing.
And all the things she said, time to go to bed, time to go to bed, time to go to bed. All the things she said, all the things she said, time to go to bed, time to go to bed, time to go to bed.
That's amazing.
All the things she said, time to go to bed. That is, come on.
That's
It's the
amazing.
best.
I love that. That's great.
Now you have three
That's
versions.
So wonderful. The third cover. I will play that over the credits in season 2. That will happen. Time to go to bed.
Um,
That's amazing. That's amazing.
so on season 2, and also by the way, with the music, I also have to shout out there was a lot of feist in the season, which I mean, you're
Queen.
never going wrong there, brother.
No. Queen. Amazing. She's
So
genius.
good. Would you ever put out a soundtrack or something like that?
Yeah, we are talking about that. That's good. I'm cautiously optimistic like that's going to happen. There's a playlist on Spotify that we've curated, and I know people are really wanting the original music by Peter, which is amazing. We're trying to get that to the people sooner rather than later because Peter's very excited about that, and he wrote so much good music for this show. I think people don't like. I mean, the needle drops are awesome, but like the amount of score that he wrote for us that is so fucking good, including the song that people endlessly ask me about in episode 2. There will be ways for folks to get it and get it very soon. And yes, that will be happening.
Well, as someone who owns the Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again soundtrack on vinyl, I can tell
You
you,
didn't have to tell anybody that. Okay.
Dude, it's
Uh,
dude like their version of One of Us is like might be as
so
good
good.
as the original. It is so good. And you got to remember, Streep's not in that one. They kill her off, may contain Mamma Mia. Here we go again. Spoilers.
and they
It's
don't let Pierce
Cher in that
Brosnan
one,
sing
right?
again.
And and then you get Cher. So like Cher's doing Fernando. Oh
That's
yeah,
fair.
better not get that. Fuck man, I thought you just showed your musical
fair.
knowledge and chops.
I know. I embarrassed myself there. I embarrassed myself. No, that's. I love your love of Mamma Mia. Here we go again.
No, I don't really
Do
like
you
Mamma
kn-
Mia 1, but
Yeah,
Here We
no.
Go Again. I saw that
Here we
shit
go.
in the summer of, I forget what summer it was, but Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, and Paddington 2 came out, and that was
Ooh.
when Movie Pass existed, which I think, do you know what Movie Pass is?
Yeah, I remember.
It was like $1 a month. You could see 3,000 movies. We were fucking fed.
I think we're the reason that thing went out of business because we took advantage of it, like to the ends of the earth. I think I saw Paddington 2 at least 9 times in theaters. I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. There was one time where I went to see Paddington, walked
it's a
out of the
very
theater.
good movie.
I left Paddington 2. Mamma Mia 2 was playing next door. I was like, may as well pop in to see where they're at in Mamma Mia 2. Boat scene. It was the best day of my life. As soon as I walked into the theater, it was legitimately the best day of my life.
That is amazing.
On the hockey front, which occasionally we'll do that on this show,
Yep,
like I
occasionally.
really saw the hockey fan in you with the writing of Scott Hunter's MLH MVP award speech, because that's so nailed the like I loved the end of episode 5, but I was really waiting to see like, all right, now how does the humble stoic, it's not about me, it's about the
Yeah.
team, like thing that's been beaten into every hockey player.
Yeah.
How does that manifest itself? Because what happens next? In that speech, I thought was bulletproof, where even the crustiest of like, it's about the team, it's not about you, just keep it out of my face, blah, blah. Like, he was humble, but he
Yeah.
understood that, like, look, whether I want it to be or not, my story fucking matters now. So I do have to give this the care it deserves. But I thought that you very well, like, encapsulated how a hockey player who'd been in that environment for a long time would handle that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, listen, from what I've learned about hockey culture over the years, that is the biggest thing. That's what all the guys say. I mean, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know, but about like you are you are trained to be part of the reason they're trained for those boring, fucking dull as shit sound bites is because they're not supposed to stand out. They're not supposed to talk about anything but the team. That's why the pucks to the net fucking nonsense, the endless it's like, why even go into these locker rooms to talk to these guys? Like, it's so boring. But yeah, and that speech, it's an interesting thing. Like, there was definitely discussion multiple times of, do we need this? Does it need to be this long? Does it? And I'm really happy that I stood my ground on this because I was like, yeah, we need it, and yeah, it needs to be this long because I felt like I was like, I feel like we've earned this, and I feel like this is the point. Like, you can't not do this bit. Like, we're not making an after school special here. We always knew, I think I said this to you guys last time. Like, we're not trying to change the fucking world. We're not trying to, it's not a TED talk. But I was like, if we're gonna do this, if we're gonna tell this story, we need to include this part. That's the point. Like, that's the idea of once Scott says it out loud, he's got to then say it out loud. And so to watch him say it in front of his peers in context, and to talk about what the real point of coming out like that it is for those kids. It's not for the right now. The right now, you're making it harder for yourself. There's no anyone that says any different has never fucking done it. You're not making your life easier. What you're hopefully doing is making the world a bit easier for the next person that does it. And that is the whole point of Scott Hunter. That's why he's the amazing character that he is and the amazing leader that he is because he's willing to eventually take it on. And it is something to take on. Like if someone were to do this in hockey for real, they would be taking, and I think that's partly why a lot of people don't, is because it sounds exhausting. And I get it, right? It's like, because you're not just doing a thing and being like, okay, I said this is my truth, and then moving on. It's like, you can't do that. I mean, Luke Prokop has shown that over and over again, right? This kid is such a good hockey player. He's the only out person that's ever been drafted, like, and he did it in an amazing way before he was drafted, told the team. And every time this conversation comes up, he has to say something. And he does it, and he does it respectfully and responsibly. And he always talks about his team. And he is such a hockey player in so many ways. But like, I'm sure that's exhausting for him too. Like, it's a lot to be the only the only person that anybody can go to for a quote about this. It's a lot, but it's
I guess
important.
that we don't know where this goes because we haven't read the books and we don't have access to the books because shout out Rachel. Everyone bought that shit up. So good
Yeah.
for you, Rachel.
Yeah,
Freaking
it
read.
got 8.
So we don't know where it goes, but I was speaking to one of our good friends who was a Jewish hockey player, and he said what I would like to see in future seasons, if they are indeed out, is what would the locker room banter look like? Because Scott Hunter does allude to, like, I was the thing that people talked about is like a bad thing. And this friend that I was talking to said, like, I would get razzed for being Jewish, but there's also a thing in hockey where, like, if you're not playfully getting jabs, that's when
Yeah,
you feel like an outsider. So, like,
correct.
would they, not that, like,
Being
any hate speech,
ostracized, I think being ignored is harder than
ex-
being
exactly, and that's what he's
roasted
saying,
a little
like,
bit. Everybody gets roasted. That's the idea. Yeah.
yeah, like, and I was saying, like, I was like, that sounds like something that this show would do, which would, like, make, like, more like your boyfriend's ugly jabs than, but, like, then maybe there would also be some people who are just like what do we say here? Sort of like the reaction that Scott got when he said in his speech, like, I came out as gay, and there's sort of like a muted, like,
Smattering.
I don't really know how to do this thing
Yeah.
because there's so many moments in this show where people are in a situation for the first time, and I like that you portray that without any sort of, like, judgment of those people.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a fantasy, but but I did want to ground it in, like, it was an interesting conversation I had with the sound guys too, because they had like big cheers in there at first, and I was like, no, I don't want that. Like, that's not, I don't believe that. That wouldn't happen. This is the NHL, or the MLH, or what we're calling it. I was like, they're not going to do that. Like, they're going to give you that nervous laugh. They're going to for sure do that, right? Like, it's been a crazy month. Like, yeah, it sure has for all of us. But they're not gonna like fucking get up on their feet because you say the word gay. They're gonna do their. That's not the way it's gonna be. And I don't, without revealing anything, Rachel handles it in her books in a really cool way, because it's different from team to team. It's different with different players, and yeah, it's gonna be. There's a lot of kind of dealing with that in season 2. So I'm excited to explore that. And I think that what another thing that will be interesting to explore in season 2 and 3 is the different ways that allyship can happen. The different ways that people can show up to support you. So
That
yeah, it'll be fun.
that was one kind of, like, celebrity request question that was asked. Another comes from my girlfriend who loved how season 1 ended, and she was wondering, did you write that as though it were a series finale? Because you don't know right off the bat if you're getting a second season, and if you knew there were a second season, was there anything else you would have done there, or not included, or included?
No, I would have done the same thing, but I definitely did it not knowing if I was going to get another season. Like, I definitely wanted to. I always knew it was going to get a happy ending. That was like 100% was always going to happen. I always knew it was going to conclude in some way. Like, it had to. Like, I was never going to do a cliffhanger. I was never going to do anything like that. And no, I think I would probably do. In retrospect, I would probably do the same thing. I always just really liked the simplicity of it. I just wanted it to be simple. I wanted it to be loving. I wanted it to be just like them at ease, shoulders down, like that's it.
Have you started writing season 2 already? And is there any part of you that is like shitting your pants a little bit based off of where this show is right now as like the biggest thing in the world? Everybody in the world will be tuning into season 2.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna tune everything out when I start writing. I mean, I'm gonna have to because like I've started. I have a plan. I've started my reread process, which is me reading a few books. I know what I'm gonna do, but I haven't started writing yet. I'm actually just trying to. It bit counterintuitive for me, but like trying to take a deep breath and have a bit of a Christmas vacation. I'm at my mom's house right now.
Celebrate.
Yeah, just like chill out, celebrate, relax, sleep. I've been sleeping, which has been so nice. Once I actually start writing, I'm gonna have to tune everything out because I am getting lots of opinions.
Okay, well, speaking of opinions, and we try to make sure we are not making your show about us, okay? We're not doing that. We love your show and we're telling
Okay.
everybody, watch your show.
Where's this going?
That said, there was some talk the last time we chatted about a second podcast being added to Heated Rivalry. And my question is, would it still be called What Chaos, or would you come up with a clever name for us?
I don't think you want me owning the name of your podcast. So I think I would come up with some kind of very funny pun on what chaos, something we can talk about that. I'm open. That's an area in which I am open to collaboration.
Well,
What chaos?
No.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. So you've just wasted
that's
your
a
one
straight
chance
person
at naming
trying
a
to make
podcast.
like a cool gay little pun.
What
It's the best I can do.
That's not great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, listen, no bad ideas in brainstorming. We're gonna keep throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks. You know what I mean?
The issue is, if What Chaos is in season 2 of Heated Rivalry, if it were to be accurate, What Chaos would not be talking about the MLH. They would be distracted by a gay hockey show that came out. So like
That could actually
you'd-
be fucking funny. That
You'd
could
be
be
like-
that could be kind of it'd be like, this is usually a hockey podcast. What are they talking about? They just become a fucking Scott and Kip fan podcast where they're like just
Yes.
like did Kip get that job at the museum? Did he finish his masters? All that shit. I think that would be great. I think that would be really fun.
I mean, are we not a Scott and Kip fan podcast? Even if
You've got,
you've
yeah,
observed,
you kind of are. You kind of are.
On the topic of Scott and Kip, Francois
Arnaud.
said that he has heard talks about a potential Scott Kip spinoff via Variety. What do you got?
I don't got nothing.
Okay.
What I will say is the same thing I've been saying is that we are definitely looking to explore a lot of options for this universe, and we love Scott and Kip, we love Francois, we love Robbie, we love Nadine, we love the Kingfisher, we love that whole world, and so there's certainly potential to do something with that.
I do have one more season 2 suggestion for you, but I promise you'll like this one because it's Habs related. It's Habs
Okay,
related.
I'm listening. You had
Jacob
me at
Fowler
Habs.
was on our show last year and told us something that he and his friends would do at Boston College, which is when they would show up for the pregame in whatever their pregame outfit was, they would say, "What is it, dress like an idiot day?" And I feel that could be, especially with Shane having his stylist, walking into the room and someone doing a "what is it, dress like an idiot day" would be an incredible nod to the spectacular young goaltender that your beloved Montreal Canadiens has.
That is a note I accept. I will put that in the pile. I like that. Dress like an idiot day. I love Jacob Fowler. Fuck, that kid's so good. I can't wait.
It's also a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for like somebody to critique the show and be like, a hockey player would never chirp like that. And then you get to immediately pull out of the holster and be like, you sure about that?
But I like
and then
that.
show them the receipts.
I like that it's kind of an innocent chirp too. Like I like that there's something a bit like it's pretty sweet. It's dressed like an idiot day. I like that.
It's the best.
I like that. It's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
we stole it. We use it. It's so good. Speaking of clothing and merch, would you mind if we just ran through some of our favorite bootleg merch we've seen
Sure.
about Heated Rivalry? I'm sure you've seen a lot of it, But like, I won't lie, I've ordered some. It's so good, and the official merch is great too. But when the world starts making their own stuff with it, like you guys are the Grateful Dead now, and I absolutely love it. Sean, if you could pull up, starting with the first one. I believe this was the first one I saw, and this is from
I know.
Good Shirts.
I like this one. I like this.
I don't know if I should be plugging them because they're kind of taking money from you, but I just hope that both teams have fun and that the two best players secretly kiss each other after the game. Come on.
I hope that too. That's great.
The second one is the only ice I like is the ice my two gay boyfriends skate around on.
A million thumbs up to this one.
Number 3, I am having post-cottage depression.
I haven't seen that one. That's funny.
Number 4, this one I might rank the lowest because maybe there's something I'm missing. Yeah, I like GHB, Gay Hockey Boys.
Yeah.
Is GHB
what is GHB?
It's a drug. It's a party drug.
Oh, really? What drug?
G.
It's what?
G. Like it's just called G. It's just don't do it.
Sean, can we have a number crunch on what G is? The drug?
G the drug. Yeah, GHB. It's like a sex party drug.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. It's not good.
It's
not
apparently
good
a
news,
prescription
guys.
medication for narcolepsy.
Is that where
Ooh,
it
and
started? Anyway, it's not good.
And it's a not good.
No. It's
no.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Okay, bad numbers.
Bad
crunch.
shirt.
Yeah, who's buying this shirt?
It's meth adjacent. It's not great.
And it's also used for evil, it would seem. So don't.
Correct.
That shirt.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right. It's we learn something new every day.
So this one definitely gets an A-.
Yeah, that's an A-. For 5, Sean, can you hit me? The sexual tension, and this is where we're getting a little like infringy.
Oh yeah,
the sexual tension at this,
our font.
And then I've seen this before. Yeah. This font before. Hockey game is killing me.
Yeah.
Now let's wrap it up with
this one. Might get a cease and desist. Yeah.
My favorite shirt of the bunch is no longer for sale, but I already bought it, and I'm assuming it's because IP is used here. Sean, hit me. I had to screen grab it from my confirmation email because you can't find it anywhere. It says, "Yeah, I like hockey. Hollander, Rosanov, cuddling, kissing. What does it say? Embracing, yearning. Perfect shirt."
That is a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one.
They did.
I mean, these. I like
all
those.
in all, that's creative.
Yeah.
Listen, it's very flattering to be on the receiving end of so much copyright infringement at this point. Yeah, it's really nice. It really warms the cockles of my cold, dark heart.
I mean, I have a million more questions, and I could talk to you all goddamn day, but we have to let you go at some point.
You guys are the
Thank
best.
you so much for following through and coming
my
back,
pleasure.
even though that you are the proud director and writer of the biggest fucking show in the world. You are an absolute rock star.
I really appreciate that, and we have appreciated you guys enormously. Your support has meant a lot, and thank you, and just thank you. It's been really, really cool talking to you guys.
Keep doing it. I mean, I'm sure this is not the end. I'm sure we'll stay in contact, especially if the Canadians go on some sort of run here. But thank you so much.
What do you mean if?
When the Canadians go on a run. Did you notice, by the way, the placement of the jerseys?
Listen, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to jinx it. I was just like, this is just the way you guys always have your set. There's just like a little Habs thing. And then the Senators, is that there? Tragic little team. But nevertheless, that's great too.
The Centaurs. Centaurs.
Exactly. Soon to be Centaurs. We're gonna rename them. We're gonna reinvent that whole team.
Unbelievable coincidence is that the Raiders were also established in 1924. That's where like anyone who does like the this isn't enough. This isn't hockey enough.
These guys don't know puck.
Yeah,
I mean, sure.
This is
like honestly, that stuff's so exhausting too. I'm just like, what do you want? What do you want from me?
What did you get more of? What did you get more of? This isn't hockey enough, or this isn't like gay enough?
Well, the thing with this isn't hockey enough is I'm like, so what? Name the part. What are you talking about? Like, what part is so not hockey? What?
Well, probably Shane looking behind him
I
as
saw
he's
that
going
clip.
through the
You know
neutral
what?
zone.
That's the point. God damn it! And thank you for defending me. Like that's the point. Is he's fucking up. But
He's
what was it?
digmatized.
Wait, he was digmatized, and also, were you willing to trade him, DJ? Were you who was just like, I'll just trade him. I would just get rid of him.
Yeah.
Is
He's
that what
very
you said?
He's very
So your captain,
homophobic.
so your captain, they captained you to back fucking Stanley Cup. You're telling me if Jonathan Taves had made one fucking mistake like that, you'd be like, bye, get him out of here.
But it was not, it's not punishment. Like, I think I'm like revealing stuff I shouldn't be revealing here. But like part of the reason the Edmonton Oilers traded Taylor Hall, like everyone was so surprised they traded Taylor Hall. They had some concerns about his vision and like he couldn't see something about like seeing something out of, I believe, his left side where they were concerned he was going to get himself injured. And they were like, this contract might not age well. So I was playing off of that, which is the like, he's going to keep turning around and getting himself blown up. The best ability is availability. I'll tell you, I'm walking it back now. Shane's my guy, always been my guy. But in that moment, if I were a general manager, I would have said, heal up, get gone, buddy.
All right. Okay. All right. I just want to remember that you said that now. Okay.
No, look, we don't BS you here.
I don't want it to end like this either, guys. Like this is not the way I wanted our last moment to be. But nevertheless, here we are. I saw you talk about trading Shane, and I just want you to remember that you said that. That's all.
It's perfectly us, though, to say goodbye to you and say all these nice things and then be like, oh, and one more
This is why
thing.
you shouldn't like us.
That cancels our relationship.
It was the note-taking for me.
Yeah, that signals we could be in business here.
I think we could be in business. And I like that. That was a good long conversation. It's much longer than that, actually. So make sure you check the What Chaos YouTube. We will have the full cut up there. That was a show edit. And normally we try to edit things down to like 30, 40. Sorry. Normally we try to edit things down to like 30, 40 for the show. But I could not get it any lower than, I think that was like 58 minutes, Sean.
Yeah.
It was too good.
Yeah. I mean, I agree it was too good. I don't know what you were supposed to cut from it.
Shout out to Chat. Chat was endlessly entertaining during that. We've often done interviews where Chat is just like silently watching. That was not silently watching. It was unbelievable stuff.
3,000 people in here.
Love you. If you are not yet subscribed to the Patreon and you're interested in that, please patreon.com/whatchaos. We're doing Friday episodes. We're doing a newsletter. We're gonna have Carly Rae Jepsen playlists in the mix. It is all gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, we'll do the best of Mamma Mia and Carly Rae Jepsen playlists.
No, I'm definitely doing my personal Carly Rae Jepsen essentials for Friday and including that in the newsletter. 100%.
Jepsen essentials.
Yeah.
Amazing.
John, are you interested? Because I know that you are Jepsen ignorant.
Am I interested in what?
My essential playlist.
I think it's a good idea. I'm not going to listen to it.
It's a big fuck you.
It's Heated Rivalry. It's Game Changer. I love it. It's good. People will enjoy it.
You don't know it's good. You think the idea, the concept is good.
Yeah, I have faith in that it's good. I think there's enough people who would agree that it's good for it has to be good. I don't know if it's for me.
I don't know if it exists.
Somebody said I was surprised by the lack of GHB
I saw,
knowledge.
yeah. We were getting shamed for not knowing GHB.
Is that not a good thing?
Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
Based off of what we now know, I'm very happy that I was not aware of what the fuck that was.
Also, like, I'm a good boy. I'm not doing fucking
Yeah.
party drugs.
It's like, I'm not doing sex.
Is that... I mean, well, from what we read of it, it doesn't seem like it's always a sex drug.
No, but
Seems like it's worse.
worse for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So from what we know of GHB, we will not endorse it. We do endorse CRJ. It was probably a million years ago, so I don't know if I still have it. Remember, I made the emotion side B, where if you were to make one album of it, this is what it should be, because there were a few on Emotion side B that were better than what made Emotion. But you understand that the album's got to be a cohesive thing, so some things just got to...
was on Emotion side B, right?
Store was on Emotion side B, and I understand
I understand why
I understand leaving
it.
Store off, but I think Store I'd put in there. All right. Yeah, make sure you are subscribed to everything you can be. Obviously, the What Chaos YouTube, if you're watching live, we appreciate you very much. We need to talk about someone who recently lost their job, which you never like to see, and they're posting through it. Marc Savard, the longtime center of the Atlanta Thrashers and Boston Bruins, was an assistant coach for the Toronto Maple Leafs, recently was let go by the team, and we hate that for him. His profile pic used to be him on the bench with the Maple Leafs. So yesterday, he posted new profile pic with a picture of him as a Boston Bruin from his playing career. Makes sense, right? But continue to look and you will see on the right, less than an hour later, he updated his profile pic again to a picture of him in a Canada shirt. What's he doing? Pouring water? Cutting something?
Cutting something. He's got a pair of scissors in his hand.
He's cutting something, maybe tape.
A violent gentleman's hat on, though. Shout
A
out.
violent gentleman's hat. And that was less than an hour later. And with it, he tweeted the caption, new profile pic.
I don't know if he knows that you don't
That's
have
what I
to
was gonna
announce
say,
the
yeah.
profile picture change every time.
Because like when you do it, it will automatically pop up the option
Yeah.
for you to send the tweet with hashtag. I'm think he doesn't missing the X in the top corner that says you don't have to do
But
that.
he's always done this. So he has been a long time like public Bruin supporter, being like, I'm always a part of the family, even though I don't play for them. They weren't the last team I played for. My best days were with the Bruins. I love the Bruins. And then he got hired by the Maple Leafs and switched to like a Maple Leafs logo. And then when he was behind the bench, like he uses the profile picture as a symbol of really like who he's for at that moment in time. And so I like that he switches to the Bruins for a second. And I wonder, I'm sure he got a bunch of responses from Maple Leafs fans being like, how quickly you turn on us, you son of a bitch. Me personally,
We merely fire you and you're mad?
I simply responded, welcome back. And then he went to Team Canada, which I get at this point in time. That's a decent switch. I bet we see him back in the Bruins profile picture, and I bet we see him announce it soon after the Olympics.
Has he always announced the new profile pic when he's made it?
Yeah.
You ever do that? I've done it before when I've made my profile pic something crazy for like an hour as a joke.
Yeah.
Or like a day as a joke. But I mean, two
I
profile
don't.
pics in 1 hour with 2 announcements that's high event.
I feel like announcing the profile picture is pretty antiquated, and it is it's very look at me.
The only times I have ever done it, I've done it twice. One time was when I put a paper bag on my head. How far we've come from the Buffalo Sabres.
Yep.
The
That
other time
seems fair.
was when I was wearing these cute little pink glasses and a coyote skin hat
Okay.
in Phoenix.
I mean, I think it's worth doing when you want people to know that you have a new profile pic. Me, most times I've had a new profile pic, I haven't thought it was that important.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to really affect. It would go from like one pic of me at work to another pic of me at work. And I don't always need to say,
Exciting stuff.
yeah, just like the, what is it? Corporate wants you to tell the difference between these two pictures. But Marc Savard, that guy's going all over the place.
He's saying things.
Yeah, his profile pic says
switch.
something.
He doesn't switch his profile picture without it having meaning behind it.
Yes. Sean, if you mind, would we be able to catch a glimpse of the Winter Classic rink? Because the Winter Classic is when? 2 days away? Is it the first
second,
and
I
second?
believe.
Second.
Second, yeah.
And it's famously in Miami. And there it is. What's notable here, there's a lot of like Miami Vice colors. But if you look on the left, it is a beach. And on the right, it is snow. I hate to say, I like the craziness of it, but I think that if you're going to do this craziness, I also want maybe the Panthers, whose Winter Classic jersey I love, to kind of lean into that as well.
Yeah, I feel like the aesthetic is kind of all over the
It's
place.
inconsistent.
But
man.
that's what you've been talking about from the get. Like when they first released those pictures, it was like a weird clash of like the traditional classic hockey thing that they always do with the Winter Classic and the super neon light Miami Vice vibe. I don't know. I think it's cool considering all things considered. Like
It's different.
Half beach, half snow is kind of cool. I just hate that it's in a fucking baseball stadium. Or an indoor baseball stadium. It's so lame.
Yeah, even if they open up the roof, I think it's gonna be like 50 degrees or something on the second. So it's not gonna be the warmest Winter Classic ever. That's for sure.
Oh, this is cool. Catherine pointed out there's little flamingos down here on the beach side and pigeons on the New York side.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
That's fun little details here. I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
Wait, is that technically the New York side?
Yeah, New York is on the right.
Oh.
That's the snow.
I can't like see it.
Yeah,
very
so
clearly.
on the bottom here, you have
Pete doesn't
Florida.
have his second glasses on.
Yeah, that's right.
You have Florida in neon lights, or FLA in neon lights, and there's a bunch of little like the flamingos, like the classic.
Is that the first time they've done that? I don't remember them doing like dedicated sides.
I don't
to
think they've
the-
done sides. They've
Yeah.
definitely like had signs being like in, but I don't think they've like split the design down the middle from one
Right.
side to the other.
Chat
which I think is
points out that these are sort of, not the exact shades, but bisexual flag colors. Shout out Ilya Rozanov from
Hockey
Heated
is for
Rivalry.
everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Hockey is for everyone, and we love it.
Even when Boston doesn't get an outdoor game, they kind of get an outdoor game.
I mean, Ilya is touching everything right now in hockey. He's touching the Buffalo Sabres win streak. He's touching the Winter Classic rink. He's touching pasta to his face. That boy's still going.
Shane's penis, but only with his mouth. not his
I
hands.
saw a clip on, like, shout out all the Warriors doing the work on amazing Heated Rivalry memes. I played it for you guys. It was like POV, you're Hayden Pike, and you're on the phone with your nice friend, Shane Hollander, who is absolutely just having a normal one, and it's his side of the conversation.
Hearing-
and you can actually hear.
Hearing the isolated audio furthers my takeaway, which
Okay.
is the most obvious phone blowjob of all time.
Hold on.
What?
Just isolating the audio is not the same as what Hayden would hear over the phone.
No, they put it through like a filter, so
Yeah.
it sounded a little.
No, but I'm saying
phony.
like iPhones have like voice isolation. They're not picking up like background noise like that. You're not gonna
That
hear
wasn't background noise. That was
the noise.
very
Fair
close
enough.
to the phone. And
guess
it
that's
was
true.
a dick being very clearly audibly sucked.
Listen,
We need to do this during the 24-hour stream, Sean. You need to get a bunch of sounds and see if we can listen, eyes closed, blindfolded, and tell, are we listening to a blowjob?
I don't know how I pull that off.
I think that like the easiest one, the obvious one, would be that scene from Heated Rivalry.
Definitely. Yes. Yes.
Partially because we've already seen it and we know that it is a blowjob.
Let's point out it was 2017. iPhones weren't as good back then. You know, it was
Nice.
good at voice isolation.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and someone else pointed out like once he says fuck and gasps for air.
I got a text. The
yeah,
text
no, he
is the
says,
worst.
he goes, fuck. Sorry, I got a text.
Say you stubbed your toe. Anything. If you stubbed your toe, any noises that come after that are understandable and excusable.
Yeah. All right. We're also getting Olympic rosters announced in the coming days. Looking forward to. Oh, we got a super chat because super chats are back up. I think we had them down for a little bit. If you do not know any new whatnots who are here,
Yeah, very important.
Super chats are something that are good for the show, but also they are. Would you say? Weaponized by one of our core whatnots, the love of your
weaponize
life.
is not fair because there's already people being like,
Get lost.
No.
No. The love of your life is in on the joke, and
Oh, yeah,
we
the
love
love of
how-
your life.
I will
very
let the
good.
love of your life, explain their own identities, but this is not like.
I know. I
This is-
actually like instantly regret trying to defend him, and honestly, it would have been funny just watching him fight with the rest of.
But the love of
people.
your life comes in peace.
Yes.
If when he's talking
Them
about
were out here labeling. Didn't I accidentally?
you said that they were sexuality they might not have not identified with. I think.
Oh yes,
But you know, this is. I'll say that I don't believe this is love of your life is not like a straight white guy actually being racist.
definitely not.
So it's
But
all,
he
it's all
accuses
good
me
fun.
of being it all the time.
Yeah, it's
let's
all in good fun.
let's also not do actual or jokey racism. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I don't think that's happening.
Well, his super chat said, "Bring on the racism."
oh my god!
But it's
No.
only- it's
No.
not actually. It's a joke.
Not this
It's
show.
a
No,
meme.
no.
It's a friendly troll.
That is a troll. That is the love of your life is a very, we will say, inclusive maniac.
Yeah, he's a Habs fan.
It is straight
Yeah,
up,
I mean, also a Habs fan like Jacob.
straight up deranged, endearing.
Talked to Jacob last night, by the way, and if he's ever in Boston, we are all going to a Bruins game, and you are going to have to suffer through how Jacob behaves.
Oh yeah, totally
I
fine.
would be.
Yeah.
I would be.
Sean and Jacob would be boys.
I would have a Jacob
I have
Fowler jersey.
no problem. Like my most mortal enemy in terms of hockey fandom, happily will go to a game and watch them be absolutely obnoxious and insane right in my face, because that is what it is all about.
Yeah,
my
that's
friends.
what I would
And
do
be
with
the
my team.
same person back to that person.
Like, it sucks that the Bruins got bad as the Sabres got good, because, like, the things I would do for a me versus you playoff series, and then eventually a me versus DJ when it's an Oilers-Sabres Cup.
Sean, do you remember when we went to Bruins 2 years ago? We went to a Bruins Sabres game together, and I took a picture of you. I was so proud of you. What were you doing?
Oh, I was waving goodbye to the Bruins fans as they were leaving.
I was there.
behavior.
Obviously, I was rooting for the Bruins in a Bruins Sabres game. I was wearing my James Van Riemsdyk jersey. Sabres kind of took belt to ass.
Yep.
Sean was in his element, and I fucking love that.
Yeah,
you
it's
like
the
to
best.
see people thrive.
And
We
that's
want
why
wins here.
I love when people Bruins fans talk shit to me. I told the story last year. I went to a Bruins game, Bruins Sabres. I believe the Sabres won that game. And then I was waiting for the subway or the T in North Station. I was on one side of the platform, someone from the other side of the platform. Biggest coward behavior of all time. Waited for the second that his subway was pulling up and shouted, "Hey, Sabres fan, fuck you!" And then got in his train. And the people around me, there was like a nice older woman who was like, "Don't listen to him." And I was like, no. I love this shit. I love
Sean
it.
shoving an old woman out of the way.
Yeah, I
and
was like, don't talk
Shut
to me.
up, you old bag.
I love this
Go
shit.
Burrs.
I signed this. I'm signed up for this shit.
Oh
Absolutely.
God! I mean, I don't think it'll happen for a couple of reasons, but Avery. Oh, it's Avery. Avery, another dear friend of ours, Avery, who is a wonderful maniac.
I love the idea of just people being like, why are these two black guys beefing on Twitter over Sabres Oilers? What's going on there?
Oh, you and Avery?
Yeah.
Avery, if you do not know, is a wonderful reporter in Edmonton and just like one of the nicest people in hockey, except when it comes to like
You should see Avery
when it
get
comes to
ICMs.
like talking shit, nobody talks shit like Avery, and he loves going after our sweet guy Sean.
He loves it.
If you're talking shit with Avery,
DMs and on main, right?
Yeah, mostly the DMs, but yeah, I mean, he'll talk shit on main as well.
if you're talking shit with Avery, you got to know that like you can drop like a 3 out of 10 chirp and he will respond by burning your house down.
Yeah.
And being like, what? We're
Also-
just having fun.
Love of your life. You are not helping yourself. We just explained that you were. We just explained that Jokin just says some stuff to get a rise out of
The
people.
love of your life, you need to tell the chat what race you are. I think
Yes,
it's important.
love
for
of your
own-
life. Not to out anybody, but
It's important
You
for
need
your
to
own
reveal
protection.
as much information about yourself as you can, because that coming out of the wrong person is very bad.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
Someone says Sean is what chaos. Cosign.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all at chaos.
We're all what chaos, but like,
God.
oh my god!
This is
All
the
right,
best show we've ever done.
this is the best show we've
And
ever done.
we weren't on the mic for an hour of it.
Love of your life says, guys, I'm black.
Just so everybody knows.
Love of your life. We love you. Just cool it.
No, don't.
All right.
And now people saying like it makes sense that Avery's an Edmontonian. I don't know. I met a lot of Edmontonians. I haven't met a lot of people like Avery.
No, definitely not.
And that's good for Avery, and that's all. That's good for everybody.
They're all weird in their special ways.
Yes.
Love it so much. Okay, last thing that we want to hit, because we did put Jason Robertson in the show thumbnail, so we need to talk about Jason Robertson.
The episode title is "Does Bill Guerin hate Jason Robertson?"
Okay, well,
Maybe.
I'm the one that's under the weather, so Pete, does Bill Guerin hate Jason Robertson?
That is to be determined, but it is trending that way, correct? Like all signs point to Jason Robertson not being on Team USA at this point.
We have a chat from someone named Jay Lazzy. I think you went past it. It's Jay Lazzy 23, who I believe is our friend, maybe Johnny Lazarus, who says, "I'm Jewish." Shout out you.
He could make Jewish jokes, I guess.
All right.
Love you, bro.
Shout out Johnny.
Love Johnny Laz. Love our Jewish friends.
On-
love Edmonton.
On
Love.
Team USA.
Love everybody. We love everybody.
On Team USA, shout out to Michael Russo on The Athletic. He has like a quick projection. Already named to the roster. Austin Matthews, Matthew Tkachuk, Brady Tkachuk, Jack Eichel. Shoo-ins here. Matt Boldy, Kyle Connor, Jake Gensel, Jack Hughes, Dylan Larkin, JT Miller, and Tage Thompson.
Damn
He
fucking
of
right.
not
Damn
Four
fucking
Nations
right.
roster, a shoe-in, deservedly so.
Yeah, he showed up, and I
Yeah.
think Bill Guerin probably appreciated that.
Deservedly so, a shoe-in here, which, and he lists likely one Brock Nelson. Likely. So what that leaves, according to Michael Russo, 2 spots for skaters. And that includes a list of Clayton Keller, Jason Robertson, Cole Caulfield, Alex DeBrincat, Patrick Kane, Matthew Nyes, Vincent Trocheck, and Alex Tuck.
So he's gonna put Nyes and Trocheck on it because he just wants.
No way.
He put Trocheck on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm not going to say no way, but like logically speaking, Jason Robertson should probably make the team. My big issue against Jason Robertson, or big argument against Jason Robertson in years past, including for Four Nations, an extremely streaky producer.
Yes.
And in a small, short tournament, it is a real risk to take a streaky player like that and bank on them to be hot. But what I'll say is this season, Jason Robertson has been amongst the hottest skaters basically all season long. He's 5th in points in the NHL right now. Like if ever there was a time to take him and bank on him, it is right now. And going up against
5th
that
in goals, by the way.
50 goals?
5th in goals. He's
5th in
tied for
goals.
On
fifth
pace for
in goals.
48 goals, I believe, this year.
But he's points. He is not top 10.
Sorry.
Yeah.
5th, top 5 in goals. He's 5th in goals. And when you ended up a goal short in Four Nations, I feel like you want a guy like Jason Robertson.
Especially when
If you're not taking Robertson, you gotta fucking take Cole Caulfield because those guys score goals.
Yes, I mean, I would maybe take Cole Caulfield over Jason Robertson just on the possibility that he's a big game player. And Jason Robertson, I agree with everything that you said about the streakiness. Someone in the chat said, "New hockey fan, what does streaky mean?" It means that you have stretches where like you'll play really well for a week or two, and then after you will be maybe below average. So like you're never a consistent thing. You're either really bad or you're really good. And not to say that Jason Robertson's ever like really bad, but he can be a pretty quiet player when he's not producing offensively.
Chat's pointing out like Jason Robertson also went on a fucking tear at the end of last season. So like most of the calendar year of 2025, he's been awesome.
I don't know if I want Kyle Connor on my Team USA.
I think that's pretty
Ghost in Four Nations.
Ghost in Four Nations. I agree with that.
And I, mean,
I
like,
definitely don't. I mean, I respect the hell out of Brock Nelson. I don't think that he needs to be on the Team USA roster.
the fact that
I would
Alex
take
Tuck
Clayton
has been mentioned at all is crazy.
I would
think
take Clayton Keller in one of Jason Robertson or Cole Caulfield.
I don't feel like Kel's kind of struggled this year.
And didn't Brock Nelson not do shit at Four Nations
Well, he
either?
looked really old.
Any of the New York and New Jersey tri-state players.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because
Jack shit, except for Jesper Bratt.
Speaking of Jack shit, Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think the only thing that I can lock into off that, it's tough, but like, would you go Caulfield over Robertson? And we try to not do too much selection chat on here, but I do think it's interesting because Jason Robertson is such a good goal scorer.
Yeah.
And you've had to talk me out of him at points where I've thought that he's primed to do something big, and you're like, there's a very good chance he'll do that, but there is an equally good chance he will do so much less than that. So going into a tournament, I understand it. I mean, not to cross sports, but we're allowed to do that on this show. When at the Olympics, when Jason Tatum basically rode the bench the whole time, he showed up, had a bad preseason game or whatever, and they were like, yeah, he's like, maybe he's just not in the zone right now. We've got 1,000 people who are, so we'll just play these guys.
Team U.S.A. Just because you're not in the top 10 doesn't mean you're not.
Yeah, it still means you are unbelievable.
You're a top 25 player in basketball.
Yeah, I guess what it comes down to here is maybe like what are you choosing between Robertson and Caulfield for? Where are they slotting in? Are you picking them for the goals, or are you picking them based off of you're probably going to be a bottom six forward? What is your full, well-rounded game?
I think Caulfield's a better bottom six guy than Robertson is.
I feel like when you're getting to the bottom of the roster, you want guys that do things specific. That's why I think Tage Thompson needs to be on Team USA, because he does things even if he's not a top 12 American forward, or a top 12. He does things that no one else can do.
Robertson?
No, Tage. I'm I'm saying like when you're filling in the bottom, like Cole, I want that guy if a game goes to overtime.
Eileen is murdering us right now, which like unbelievable Avalanche fan behavior out of our resident Stars fan. Eileen, go for it.
But
Crush
also,
us.
why? But like, I don't feel like we should have to make this decision.
Jason Robertson and Cole Caulfield should both be on the roster.
That's what I'm saying. Why is JT Miller on the roster? Why is Brock? Like, there's multiple spots of guys that appear to be shoo-ins that I don't think should be on this roster.
Yes, I agree with that it shouldn't be coming down to these guys for one spot, especially a bottom 6 spot. Chad going crazy with the holidays come once a year. Make sure you stream it, even though you can't.
I want Pat Kane to be in the building. Like, I just want him around. I don't know.
I definitely don't want him on the roster.
I don't want him on the roster. He could be Tage. He could be there as like an emergency guy, just be in a suit, be an advisor or something like that. I just want him around.
Here's the thing.
I 100% agree that Jason Robertson should probably not be on the should he get in list. And maybe that means that like I would pick him over Cole Caulfield, but I also feel that way about Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield should fucking be on the roster, and he should not be one of the guys that we're talking about might not make it.
Yeah, like I want both of those guys.
Who would you rather? I was just about to say, who would you rather? JT, but if you have to take two, JT Miller, Cole Caulfield, Jason Robertson.
Not JT Miller.
Exactly.
So I don't know though, because like what we know, and like again, this goes back to how Jeff Villette perfectly summed up JT Miller as a player. He is an amplifier. So if things are going well, he is an incredible asset. But if things aren't going well, he's a fucking anchor and he brings down a team.
That's not a guy I want in a short tournament, especially.
But with how good this team is probably going to be, I think having JT Miller on the team, he may end up in a lot of big moments.
But I don't know. It's again, you said it last year. Like I don't know if I. Well, I guess he was not. Was he one of the tri-state guys at that point?
Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was already on.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think guys that didn't, if you're a bottom of the roster guy and you didn't perform in 4 Nations, you should be at serious risk of getting replaced.
My concern though with Robertson, and I understand, like there are certain things where like the optics are so bad. If you go to the Olympics and you don't bring the most productive American player and lose, like, and by productive American player since I think the start of the 2022-23 season, and you don't win, then people can so easily be like, well, you left someone who has an argument for being your best player, which obviously he's not the best American player, but like you left that guy at home. My concern with him is if you're bringing him, if it's gotten to this point and you're like, we see him as a bottom 6 guy, I don't like playing him as a bottom 6 guy. I don't think that he's going to be like much of an energy guy. I think that if you're playing him on like your second line wing, then and he's playing with amazing players, he's probably going to go fucking nuts.
And I think part of my issue, generally speaking, is that it doesn't appear that Bill Guerin understands what Olympic hockey looks like. Like he wants like tough guys. He's in, like I said to you guys during the, he's in Minnesota right now during the World Juniors where guys are getting tossed out of games for basic body checks. Like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in Bill Guerin. Sean,
you want to get to the slate?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's do the slate. Light show, I said. I must save my voice, and I cannot shut the... I'm the epitome of one of my favorite memes, which is I would love to be mysterious, but I can't seem to shut the fuck up. All right, slate. We got a 5-gamer on a Tuesday. Now, folks, if you are new to hockey, this is kind of freaky week. Monday had an 11-gamer. Tuesday, only 5 games. I was going to go catch Marty... What's it called?
Supreme.
Marty Supreme.
Shout out Susan Boyle.
I'm too under the weather. Not going to do it. So now I'm just going to watch 5 games.
Man. Marty Supreme rocked.
Amazing.
I want to see it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Let's talk about it Friday on the Patreon.
Right on.
You down?
Sean might not have time to see it.
Yeah, I was
Sean's
going to
got a
say, I
busy
don't
week.
know
Sean might be going to Buffalo.
what Friday looks like.
Sean, just watch it while driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the Ben Johnson video, by the way, that we played at the beginning of the show?
Was actively driving.
Dude was driving.
Not great when you're like talking about how you
shit.
deserve a second chance because you committed a crime to record a video while driving, which is also a crime.
Committing a crime. Okay, Devils at Maple Leafs, which is a Sheldon Keefe revenge game, although I believe, was it you, Pete, who brought up that at what point has vengeance
He's gotten his revenge.
He has revenge by
Sheldon
not
Keefe.
being...
The Leafs got revenge for him.
When the new coach that replaced you is also like there's fire around his seat being hot.
They've already fired an assistant.
Yeah, like I think the revenge is past.
Okay, you got the Montreal Canadiens at the Florida Panthers. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern.
This is a spiritual Brad Marchand Bowl.
What?
What? He's a fucking Eastern Canadian.
He does not like the Montreal Canadiens.
Wasn't that the thing? Him and Sid were meeting up in Montreal.
That's fine. He doesn't like the Canadians. He's a Bruins guy.
This is a Jeff Petrie Bowl. I need everybody to know that, okay? It's very important. Carolina Panthers at the Pittsburgh Penguins at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have not talked about how one of our favorite players, Pyotr Kochetkov, is lost for the season. He'll get surgery.
Goalie with a knife.
We call him
with
well,
a knife.
too.
Pete dubbed him goalie with a knife because he is just an insane player.
He passed it to Alex Lyon.
We discussed that he wants the rock. He's a goalie who always wants the puck. And if someone has the puck, he'll go after them, and he'll get that. He's a crazy player, and if you know anything about our show, we like entertaining crazy players. On NHL Network, you will not be able to see the New York Islanders at Chicago Blackhawks. That's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern in the United States and Canada. And then...
Did you say the Carolina Panthers?
Did I? It's Chicago Blackhawks, I meant.
No, I
Wait.
Maybe it was for the Florida Panthers.
Did I say the Carolina Panthers?
I don't know. Let's move on. Sorry.
Could be anything. We have a super chat from Eileen who says Jason Robertson should only be allowed to play for Team Finland. Free him from this horrible country. Okay,
Sure.
I'm into that. Didn't Finland get just absolutely eliminated by Adam Jiricek?
Whew,
Did you see that
boy,
goal?
did they.
I did.
It's the
Yeah.
sickest goal I've ever
was
seen in
so
my
sick.
life.
Worst
gotta
defense
fold as
I've
a
ever seen
country.
in my
Gotta
life.
fold as a country.
That was very big Shane and Ilya at the All-Star game where it's like, how'd they score that goal? What the fuck was everyone doing?
How do you lose a guy at 3-on-3?
That's what
There
I
are
love.
3 guys to keep track of.
I love doing like when something really bad happens to a franchise, you say like fold the franchise.
Yeah.
Saying that for international sports where it's just like shut the country down. Yeah, I don't need it anymore.
Philadelphia Flyers will take on the Vancouver Canucks in Vancouver at 10 p.m. in a
Rick
Tocchet Bowl.
Talking
Talking
revenge game?
game.
Yeah. Although, again, I don't think people should be taking revenge on the Canucks right now.
Yeah.
This is a told you so game.
yeah,
Rick Tocchet.
fair.
Exactly.
Even though the Canucks are not that bad.
No, I mean, they've been good since
the Flyers.
you-know-what was
Flyers second in the
removed.
Metro by points percentage.
yeah, that's crazy. Like that is one of the sneakiest things happening in hockey right now. That the
That
Flyers
was a year
are
early.
competitive.
That was a year early. I said it before last season.
Do you want a crazier one? The
Winnipeg
Nashville
Jets?
Predators
Oh yeah.
are 500, which I know that everyone's 500 this year,
in
but
the Central?
sway how?
I mean,
They did have that stretch a couple weeks ago where I was like, let's start betting on the Nashville Predators.
Yeah.
Idiot.
the also sneaky one, Winnipeg Jets. I mean, I know that they were missing Connor Hellebuyck for a long time, but Connor Hellebuyck has been back for a few weeks, and that team is tied for dead last in the entire NHL.
That was another thing I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
Tough.
The slate is an easy A-, but we're going to talk about one of the games brought to you by Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook. Sports Interaction, Ontario only, 18+. Please play responsibly. I so like that people enjoyed our Ilya Rozanov odds yesterday. I believe that was Sean's idea.
I think we kind of all.
We are what
group
chaos.
thing.
Yes.
That means it was Pete's idea, and I forgot to give him credit.
It
When
was.
Sean-
It
when I'm
was
like, it
my
wasn't
idea.
mine, and Sean's like, it was probably one of ours.
I'll be honest. Ellen said last night, she was like, "Wow, that was really funny. Was that DJ's idea?" And I was like, "Yep," and just totally forgot that it was my idea.
Dude, hold on to these moments.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all the show's idea. Anytime one of us comes up with a good idea, it's the show's idea,
yeah.
and that's.
I feel like a lot of this stuff ends up being a product of conversations we're having.
Exactly.
right.
And so many of the things, I've definitely realized this. Like, so much of the stuff that I think is like specific to like me for the earth, I can't do without Pete. Like, I can't be like my weird self unless I have Pete.
Also, like, I came up with the idea for that concept, but like the graphic was awesome, and that was Sean.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I look at everyone just putting it. I'm the only one that just did not do shit.
Yeah, DJ is
on that
fucking
one.
dragging the show down.
Yeah.
You should call him JT Miller.
Yeah, I do not belong on any roster. Okay, folks, Pete, give me a game.
Let's go with the Carolina, don't call them the Panthers, Hurricanes, because they're facing Pittsburgh, and like, if the Pittsburgh Penguins are playing a game, there's like an 85% chance that it is going to end fucking horribly. And I know the Hurricanes are banged up, but they're still a really, really good team. And I feel like there's pretty solid value at the money line at minus 135 there. So even on the road, I am going to take the Carolina Hurricanes tonight.
We have Stuart Skinner in net for the
Stuvie Freddy.
Yeah, he's been very bad for the Penguins, which is not what we saw coming. So I guess you definitely take the Hurricanes tonight. From Maxi, do any of you remember the draft photos from like 2010s with the crystal ball? It's driving my friends crazy. We can't find it. Did we hallucinate them? ? I do not know what you were talking about off the top of my head, but I have one person who would definitely remember that.
Jazz.
Greg Wyshynski.
Oh, or Jazz. Jazz. Yeah. Well, I guess it's not numbers based. So, but like Jazz has a photographic memory, it seems.
Yes, but Wish remembers every little like ridiculous, and he's written about or posted about all these things. Yeah, so true. He'll remember. I would ask Greg Wyshynski on Twitter. We love you all. Thank you thank you very much for hanging out with us. I need to note every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only 19+. Please play responsibly. We will be back tomorrow. Make sure you have liked and subscribed. Make sure that you're there for any of the stuff we put out. There's going to be a lot more with Jacob Tierney on the socials and stuff, but you'll have the full uncut, unshortened, whatever interview with Jacob Tierney. That will be on the What Chaos YouTube very soon. I believe we're putting it up today, Sean? Yeah, that'll be up there today. So stay with us.
Somebody asked about the show schedule this week with New Year's. We have not fully figured that out yet. There may or may not be a show on Thursday, so stay tuned. Sean's going to be moving back to Buffalo this week, so that could complicate things. But there will definitely be an episode on Friday for the Patreon, as well as the newsletter.
Someone said like Spike. I should have said that. Whenever I say make sure you like and subscribe, I don't know if anyone likes it, but like Spike is when Pete says,
please amplify
3, 2,
the show.
1.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, hit the like button. Right below the video player, it's the thumbs up button. Please do that, and also amplify the show anywhere you can. Join the Discord. There's a link in the show below. Join the Patreon if you're able to, and support the show however you can, whether it's on any of the socials. Just amplify, and we love you. Heal up, DJ. We love you as well. Goodbye. We love you, Jacob Tierney.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.